talking about cryptids, we're talking about UFOs, fake aliens, real aliens.
Come on now, Bubba. I digress. I apologize.
I hope your minds are ready to get blown.
It's about to get weird.
Let's get the show on the road.
What's up, y'all? See, we ain't got nobody in here right now. I'll give them a little bit to kind of join in. Let me see.
Make sure my damn glass is clean
Put you
enough.
back on here. Let me see. Oh, we got somebody up in the house. Let's let them kind of file up in here. How do I remove myself from that? Let me see.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Thanks for having me on your show.
Dude, it's an honor to have you, man. We go back years, Bubba. Like, we're classmates at what?
For real.
15 years old, dude, up until the end of school, man.
For real. Well, I'm 27.
I'm 27.
I think I'm like
too.
a year or two older than you, actually.
No, I'm 27 too. Yeah, I just turned 27 in May.
Dang.
Yeah. Man,
Okay,
so
so
we're
you're
right
a Taurus already.
Yeah, dude. What's up, Tribe?
Yeah.
Tribe up in the building.
Most
OG. He's
definitely.
awesome. Yeah, man. Dude, that's crazy you mentioned my star sign.
Already.
My star sign's been getting brought up quite a bit recently in this past here up in this past couple
Hey man,
days.
astrology is real. No joke.
Dude, my life
yeah.
number
Hey,
is 4.
astrology is real. No joke.
Yeah, my number's 4. What?
Shit, mine's 9.
Oh, dude, that's a good one, dude. What's up, Hoot Owl? Like the way that the Bug Dude. No, they filing in. Yeah, we up on here, guys. I got some new equipment recently. Came by it. I'm gonna go solo real quick. I'll go back on here 1 second. We got
Oh yeah.
Tribe. We got this. Look at this. This is the check this out, y'all. We got a mic now up in here. Got the headset. We got the camera. Now we also got a badass computer now, guys, too. So we'll be looking up news stories and all kinds of crazy shit. I can share the screen too. Let me see.
Shit. Hey, I can smoke on here? I mean, I'm just asking. You know what I'm saying? This your show and stuff. I can smoke on here?
Dude, yeah, go ahead, man. Do whatever you want, dude. You know what I'm saying? As long as you just can't call it the vid. You can't,
Bet.
Everything going on in society, you can't call it, like, you can call it the jab. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. See, we can share it. What's up there, Grandma Prepper? Yo, I'm going to put the link out here for you guys. Grandma Prepper, please join in. I'd ask you to join. If you can't, though, that's totally fine. We're working with some new equipment. We got the mic, we got the headset, we got access to information, anything that you guys want. We'll see what's good. If anybody wants to hop on, this is another old buddy from back in Louisiana. Grew up with this dude. He's got a lot of funny stories, and he's been awakened to a lot of some of the crazy shit going on, huh? I imagine that you like to question shit, don't you, buddy?
Man, I like to question just about anything. Like, I like to question the Bible mainly. I'm not even gonna lie, because that's just been rewritten so many times, shit like that. And now I'm finding out, like, all this shit that we've been told, it ain't real. Everything's an illusion. I don't like that shit. We've been brainwashed and fed too much shit. Like, I'm on this shit now. Like, shit in the sky. Yeah, no, that shit's real. Motherfuckers trying to block the sun and this shit out.
I think it's Project Bluebeam, man. I really think they're faking some kind of alien invasion, and that they're gonna fake it in the future. You know what I mean?
That shit's a lot of these going on now.
Yeah, man. If you want me to look up anything, if you want any kind of articles, Grandma Prepper, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, doing pretty good. How are you guys?
Oh yeah, Like,
Doing excellent. Do you got a YouTube channel there, Keith and Jane? What's up, Northern Girls? We're trying to post your link out there. You got a channel? You got anything you want to shout out for yourself, man? You can say whatever you want about yourself.
it might be.
Getting a little bit of lag on you.
Yeah, yeah. I got a YouTube.
What is it? Tell us.
Shit. Y'all can scratch the
Oh,
channel.
there, now we
Like
can see.
a month since I messed up my arm and whatnot. But
Sure.
yeah, too. Like I don't understand that. Oh, but my YouTube channel, Keith and Jane, you know, just as my name is right there, AIFN space JANE, most definitely. Hang on a sec. Let me give my girl the cigarette. Here you go, baby.
No, do your thing, Bubba. Grandma Prepper, how you doing?
I'm doing really good.
You hear about that news? Listen, all this stuff going on with Israel right now and Iran, this whole shadow war that they've been having going on between each other for this past 6 months. That's some pretty insane stuff, y'all. Like that's it's weird because there was an American citizen and a British citizen that was killed because they're attacking commercial shipping. They're not attacking military vessels. You know what I'm saying? They're attacking commercial vehicles. Like, and then once you kill other people's other country citizens, that's going to bring these other countries involved in it. So there might be some kind of joint coalition against Iran soon. I'm not sure.
That is crazy to me, I swear.
What's up, Jeep? Yeah, Hoodell, this is a good buddy of mine. His name's Keith and Jane. We were back in the day in Louisiana. We used to go to school together. This man, though, I've noticed him speaking some conspiracies before and some. I've known him speaking some good truth before. You know, some controversial stuff. Let me take care of something.
Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on. We got a lag over here.
That sucks, dude. Sometimes that'll be happening, dude. Is your phone getting hot doing this? Because my phone will get hot whenever I'm doing it. Because I'll be using this, though. Usually this is what I'll be using and shit up until recently.
Shit, now that you mentioned on it, you are sending the link. Right. But what were you asking though?
What is it? So,
What were you asking? Something about the war.
how do you feel about that, man? How do you feel about this whole World War III thing, dude? Like, there's something Iran's been doing some dirty stuff. Israel's been doing some dirty stuff. It's dirty all around on both sides, no matter how you look at it. And it's gonna bring all the big guys into play too. Like that's what's got me tripping here. Like, but
Well,
I've been tripping about World War
I mean,
III
in
forever.
honest, I
We
ain't
all
gonna
have.
lie. Like, if you technically look at it, yeah, we really all have. But I mean, like, if you look at it though, like, we're all dirty, and I don't mean like, but I mean like all continents are dirty. Like America, we're doing shit that we've and that I'm just
Speak it, dude. Tell the truth, dude. Speak your truth, dude. Let's hear it.
where I don't know why we have to. I don't know why America like trying to get involved in some shit that we don't need to involve in. We already have enough troubles as you know of our own,
Here to
especially with
worry
this
about in
pandemic
our own
shit. You know what I'm saying?
country.
Like, why are we worried about other people's
Exactly.
war when we're having a war with ourselves?
Because it's
You know what I'm
globalism.
saying?
They want
Like
us
for
to
real,
be
for real.
one
Like
country. They want
we
the
still got
world
problems
to
that
be
we gotta
one.
fix. Yeah, one world government. Yeah, one world government.
Exactly. So that way
Just
we can
like
all have
Futurama had
problems
said. Futurama
everywhere.
predicted that shit. That shit's happening as we speak.
The people who
You know what
created Futurama
I'm
created The
saying?
Simpsons too. So maybe the
It's
Futurama
nothing but
might be.
distraction. They're- yeah.
Yeah, man. I definitely do not see things getting good though. I don't see things being like, oh yeah, everything's gonna be fine now. All of a sudden, it's gonna go back to the way
See,
things.
I ain't know that.
There you go. We got your channel link right there, Bubba.
You know,
How that
at
shit go?
some
Okay, that
point with this whole globalization, at some point,
makes hella
the
sense.
world
Boy,
leaders are going to have to grow up
and
and sit down at the same table and talk.
They already do though. You know what I'm saying? They
No,
already
only some of them
do.
like,
do.
Exactly. I know what you mean. Like the ones that we see, like you're talking about the people that we see, like as the presidents and prime ministers
we
and stuff
do.
like that. Like
But
the
I'm talking about around the world, not just like the G7 or the G9.
you're talking about like what local leaders, like local politicians, mayors,
No,
governors.
I mean, leaders from every single country and territory in the world. At some point, they're all going to have to sit down at the same table.
A lot of these people, ex- thank you, Hutch. A lot of these, but they'll have like different problems with each other that go back thousands of years based on the borders they
Right?
have with each other. So that's what made like because that would be hard for them to get past their problems.
Well, that's true, but here pretty soon we won't have enough people in the world for that to really be a problem.
Do you think they're about to clean up the population?
Oh, what do you think what's going on right now is, you know, I
I
mean,
think it's a
China is,
test. That see, I don't. What if this? What's up, Stu? But I think this though. I think that this is maybe just a test to see how we
Yeah,
react.
definitely.
Kind of like Orson
And
Welles, the War of the Worlds type shit. It's like, oh, the aliens are invading, but nothing's. They're just gonna. They're seeing how we're gonna react when they actually do start killing all of us.
1.6 million people have already died.
But that is a lot because you got to think of the families that are affected, not just the people that died. But there's probably not 1.6 million people died, but about 3 million people were affected by it personally. Maybe even 4 or 5 million people were affected
More
by
like
it.
8 million.
Because the families and the doctors and like all the everything that goes into it. But
Well, think about this. There were 3 teachers that passed away last week. How many students had those teachers touched? So 4,000 would be way too conservative.
that makes sense though, exactly, because the way that and the different people like the doctors might have saved like. Okay, we got that fixed. Are you good, Bubba? Okay, we got you. But it seems like I do believe that. What's up, Keith?
maybe.
A lot of
Yeah.
people have been not getting my notifications. They've been not getting like every time I go live or I put a new video out, they won't get the notification until like a week later or some shit.
If my thing get restarted, then they're trying to send to you. You're gonna chew too much.
Do you want me to send you the link again?
No, no, no. I got the link, but I'm saying if it kicks me again, then I'll probably have to catch you on tomorrow's show or something.
No, yeah, but we can plan more about it and shit. And then if it does it again, dude, we'll plan more about it. We could record one where it's not live, and where we're just recording. There won't be as much interference and lagging, and we'll record it and then we release it as a premiere, dude. And that's something I've been wanting to kind of get into recently. And so I like the lives, but I would also like to start getting into releasing premieres of like a podcast, like Joe Rogan or some shit.
Shit, you should start doing. You got an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do podcasts and shit like that. I definitely do my best to get on that. I'm pretty sure it ain't gonna lag on there.
Yeah, man.
Do one of
what's
you have a smoke detector with a bad battery?
Yeah, my dad said something about that earlier today.
you had me
Need to
making
change
sure.
that battery.
You had me looking at mine. I was like, damn, is my shit going crazy? Okay.
If my
Yeah,
shit
sorry
were
about
going
that,
crazy,
y'all.
you
Sorry
would be hearing it for
about that.
miles.
See,
I didn't even. Let me see.
dang, for real. It's a lie detector fucking shit up.
Stu agrees that's a good idea.
Oh, that leg is so bad.
The what?
The leg is really bad.
On whose
Lag.
side? Who's getting a lag? Am I lagging?
No, no.
Keith
The
is lagging.
black guy.
Dude, that's what I love, dude. That's what I love, dude. I
Yeah,
need to have like
hard.
we have there's just Josh and now we have Keith and Jane and we're just gonna keep on, dude, because dude, I love everything you have to fucking say. I wish you wasn't lagging, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that sucks, dude. Because I feel like we could
Shit, me
definitely have
too.
a good
Like,
dynamic,
hey,
dude.
do
Like we
y'all
could
really know
like
where the coronavirus started, though?
the vid. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. But don't call it by its full name, please. Don't call it by its full name.
Yeah. You know that shit
Where
started
was
in New
it?
York, right? But then they sent it over there to China and then waited for it to come back this way. You know that, right? Like,
Really,
when everybody got sick right before we were going into
dude.
2020 and shit like that, like right before we knew what it was, everybody got sick
I'd
and didn't know what the
gotten
fuck it was and shit like that. And then 3 months in, they know what it was. They
all of a
already knew.
sudden. How crazy is
Okay,
that?
now hold on a second. People were dying
Yeah, for real. Like,
in China
on me.
in August of 2020. I mean, August of 2019, excuse me, of
Of
an
this stuff,
of a disease of unknown origin. And it was this, but it started in China in August of 2019.
I felt like I had felt so sick around that time that you just mentioned, Gma. August, I'd felt like I was about to die. I had never felt that sick before in my entire life. I just got a tooth removed too, but it was, dude. I had felt sick. I had felt sick too. But what does that mean? How would we be? How would everybody simultaneously be getting sick across the globe if this start like? Because I can see valid point and start in New York because they're all together. It doesn't they want us to think they're enemies, but they're really shaking hands in the back room, laughing about how they just lied to us.
Well,
Like,
understand that we were doing lab experiments on a very similar, or this one in Wuhan. And the person who was in charge of our country at the time decided that we were going to no longer be part of
we'll see you, Bubba.
oh, excuse me, or that we
No,
were
you're
going
fine.
to no longer be part of a certain what's an appropriate word to use, that we weren't
Cabal.
going to be part of programs in the globalization, and so money was removed, and right after that money was removed.
Are you okay? A little bit of a lag. What happened? Did you? Are you? Sorry about that. I'm still testing out this new computer. My bad.
Oh, you're fine, you're
You
fine.
lagged out there really hard for a second, Gma.
So
Okay,
did you.
so did I too? Was we both lagging out, guys, or what's going on? Let me see. So what's been going on in your personal life? What's been going on in the personal life for Grandma Prepper?
I have been working so much I haven't even been able to make new videos.
I feel that it's been hard for me to do videos. Everything going on in my personal life and my job. But I'm gonna try to come back with a vengeance on the videos, though. I'm gonna try to just release premieres every day at 5 o'clock, starting tomorrow, guys. Don't hold me to it. Don't hold me to it. But I'm gonna try to release a video, telling a new story, telling my opinion on something. Something different like that. Just even if I'll take like 10, 20, 30 minutes out of my day to do it, but with working a full schedule though and everything else life gives to you, it's hard. It's hard to be putting out this content.
Yeah, did you like the video that I put out with my apartment and the prepping in small spaces?
I did. Yes, I did, because that's what I was. See, my situation, I'm gonna have to definitely start showing how to be prepping if you find yourself in a situation where you got to start in a different way to you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
But when you sent me, that's crazy. You sent me that, you had put that video out at the time, and I was looking for different ways to upgrade my stuff, and then things go certain ways. I'm not gonna talk about it anymore, as I'm talking about nothing but good vibes.
I just put one out for the bathroom too.
Really? Like storage, like storing bathroom supplies, or how you keep your bathroom storage?
How I keep my bathroom and make room to have preps too.
Okay. I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to start. Because my prepping game, I'm gonna be real with you guys. My prepping game has gone down.
Uh-oh.
In this past month, yeah, it has. I feel very vulnerable. I feel very vulnerable. But I know that my loved ones are okay though. Because I know that. But my prepping game though has gone way down. What's up, Silverback prepping, Bubba? Straight gangster. This dude makes the most badass designs.
I'm getting so much feedback, I can't hear you.
Were you getting feedback from me? How about now? I'm still working this out. I'm still trying to work this mic out, y'all. Everything good now? How we doing? Tennessee, we're gonna record a podcast behind the scenes, not on live, because something happened to his signal, but he's down though. He's a very cool dude. He's badass. He's one of
Is anyone else having trouble hearing him?
Are you? What about now?
I can hear you clearly, but the volume is really, really low.
How's it doing now? Is it low now or is it high? How is it feeling? What is it?
The volume is low. Hey, I see Hutch Homestead.
Yeah,
and Hoot Owl Holler. And Tennessee Tactical. Hey.
How about now, guys? Everything good? I need to go back to I didn't mean to do that. I need to go back to what the hell happened? Is it good now?
Yeah, it's good now.
Perfect. I guess I'm gonna be talking like this. I don't want to be too close to it. You anybody else want to hop on here with us? Let me see. Well, what do you think I should do, Grandma? What's up, Backwoods and Prepping?
Oh, right on.
Does anybody else want
Hutch needs to come on and join us. He's got so much information. It's crazy.
Yeah, Hutch is a personal hero of mine, but he's having bad signal right now. He lives in an area where there's bad thunderstorms, high mountains.
Oh yeah. That electromagnetic field's being all messed with.
Tell me more about that. Tell me more about that. I'm not too informed about that.
Well, when the electricity, I don't know how to explain it. I have a problem with nouns. But anyways, basically when there's electricity in the air, it messes with the signals.
Is that man-made or is that nature?
Nature, it's normal.
It's crazy that we live in a place where our government, we feel like, or me personally, I don't know about everybody else, but it's hard for me to trust anything. I'm like, well, did the government do it? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, each time I hear it, I'm like, how long was this? Back in the 40s they started this experiment, and all of a sudden now it's starting to get fucked up. Well, part of my language, but you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't. Some of this shit don't make no sense.
Right,
But
it is really bad.
Whenever it is just a natural thing, it's something that happens all the time. You know, it's just something. You know,
Right, it's like when you rub, when you rub a balloon on your hair and then your hair stands up. That's a natural phenomenon. You know, that hair, or the static electricity is created. And that static electricity, if you try using your phone, like put it up to your ear and try to hear something while your hair's all staticky, yeah, you won't be able to hear so well. It'll be all mucky muck.
What do you think about spontaneous combustion?
Spontaneous combustion?
Is that real, or is that like...
Oh, yeah. I've seen it happen.
What's up, Doc? Hop on here if you want to. I've seen pictures of it too. That sounds crazy. What can you tell me about it?
With the spontaneous combustion, the ground just blew up. It was like crazy, dirt everywhere. What had happened is some, methane gas had gotten trapped underneath, and it just, leaching from a tank. It got under, an underground tank. It leached, and it was trapped underground, and it got really hot and not being contained, and it just blew up, and the dirt just went everywhere.
Wow. What was it? Just like nothing, or was it a person?
It was just methane. It was methane gas that had leaked out of the underground tank.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, it was hilarious.
That does sound... Imagine if you're standing underneath that or something like that.
Oh, well, thank goodness you can't stand underneath of it, but yeah. If you were standing on top of that, that would be all bad.
Or on top, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was funny, though. All of a sudden, we were being rained down on with dirt. It was hilarious. But yeah, it got 117 in Idaho, and the sun was directly over that.
There. What part of Idaho? What part of Idaho you used to live at?
I lived in Boise for about 10 days. But I was over visiting my uncle who had a farm there, outside of Boise.
I used to live in a place that was called Lewiston, Idaho. On the other side of a river, it was Washington State, called Clarkston. All right, Idaho, I loved it. But while I was living there, it would be like 110 degrees for like 2 or 3 weeks straight there and shit. Like, because it was in the middle, it was down in a valley. It was like he's getting baked inside of a bowl.
Yep.
But yeah, I definitely know
no wind,
what you mean,
no nothing.
Hola, mama. But yeah, this it's... I miss it though. Do you ever miss it up there?
I miss going to Idaho. I used to visit all the time. And there's a mountain out there. I used to go out to 8th Street Summit all the time to camp, and then, the Devil's Spine, we'd climb it all the time, and it was just awesome.
Okay, I definitely had to check that out. I love that.
Yeah, it's right
Um,
outside of Boise.
I have this other what I've been to Boise. It was actually a pretty decent sized city. Whenever I went through there, it's mentioned in Leonard Skinner's famous one of their songs. I think it's I have to get back to that later whenever I think of the name of the song. Randomly, I'll name the song off. What got you started with your YouTube channel, Grandma Prepper? What got you like? What I'm gonna show people why I prep and how I prep.
Um, it was honestly, I didn't think that people were gonna view my channel. I was putting up videos to just document my prepper journey. It freaked me out. I'm very, very camera shy, and I have stage fright. So when people started watching my channel, I just kind of freaked out a little bit. But yeah, that's why I started, was to, just have a visual of my prepper journey.
Oh yeah, look, we got somebody else here. What's up, Bubba?
Going on? I
Silverback
didn't mean to cut
prepping.
you off there, Grandma Purple.
Hi, Silverback Prepping. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Excellent.
Thank you, Tennessee Tactical, for naming off the song. Yeah, both of y'all have a lot of good knowledge. It's cool to see that like great minds colliding. But Grandma Prepper, like, what got you started into prepping though? To finish that though, your YouTube channel, you're about bro. What got you started into it? Like, what worries you the most?
When I was a kid, we were without food a lot and without electricity a lot. And as an adult, I just didn't want my children to go through what I went through. And right now, what worries me the most is the supply chain breakdown that's happening.
And now that the same question for you, Bubba, Silverback prepping. What got you started into prepping, into coin stacking, into?
Well, is my audio okay? I've been messing with the mic, so I
No,
just want to make sure.
your audio is very crisp. Is mine sounding good?
Yeah. Okay. Kind of grew up with my grandparents and stuff, and of course they're from the older generation, and a lot of hard times and stuff. Shoot, my grandpa was one of 12 kids in a small house out on a chicken farm and stuff. So I mean, they when it come to doing stuff the right way, they definitely had it in mind. And he always told me, well, winter and, well, for us, tornado season comes every single year, so you better have stuff ready. And that just kind of always stuck. So that's a gingerback.
Gingerback. Yeah, man.
Ain't much left of that color there, man.
But the older you get, though, it gets wider, though, and doesn't get gray, though. You know what I'm saying, Lizzie? You know what I'm saying? So you just have, like, a full head of white hair. I think that's cool, though. That's how mine's going to be. What happened, Grandma Prepper? We'll give her a second to hop back on. Maybe she... sometimes she'll have some bad signal, too, man.
Yeah, the funny part is, man, is like you can't tell it from looking at me, because I took after my grandpa. But if you saw my dad and my little brother and stuff, my grandmother is full-blooded. Shoot, somebody's gonna smack me now because my memory's bad and I'm thinking something else, but it's probably gonna be Cherokee. And you can see it in them. I mean, shoot, my dad gets so dark during the summertime. Somebody's mistaken him for a black man before.
That's how it was with my grandma and my mom's mom.
And now their hair goes from black to white, but I got my Irish and Scandinavian and stuff like that from my grandpa, so.
You do have very Scandinavian features about you, though. That's what I would think first. I'd be like, this is some kind of Danishman or some kind of Norwegian Sweden or something like that.
The Vikings.
I choose, like, that's where I got my name Pilgrim. I got it from because my family, like, they go back to the there you go, to the New England colonies back and over there coming up, because I did an ancestry.com thing, and I went back 700 some odd years it was in England for almost 200-300 years, my family, and from my last name, but my last name's been passed down 22 times from my 21st great granddaddy to my son, which would be my son's 22nd great granddaddy. And that's just it. You know, and that's why, you know, and they came over and they were the Pilgrims, and they had to survive. It was very hard living. There's a lot of controversy behind it, but these people were very faith-driven people. They were very dedicated to working. Working was a part of their whole existence, was to work and to have a job of some kind. And these people, and I feel proud to have that lineage, you know what I'm saying? Like, straight from the Mayflower.
No, I can fully agree there. I mean, I haven't done Ancestry.com kind of thing, so I can't really tell you anything on that.
I only did it for 1 month, though, because they be charging $40 a month. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm only going to do this one time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they give you a 7-day free trial, but mine went over that 7 days, and I was like,
yeah. But yeah, I mean, whether it be canning or anything else like that, I mean, I pretty well picked everything up from them. My grandpa always had a garden, always grew more food than, well, what they could eat there. I mean, the little
probably ended up you said, like, just canning it, you know what I'm saying?
Well, he'd can it or give it out to
other that's what I was about to say, yep. And a lot of people I notice, like, they will, like, they get it from their elders, like they've learned it from their elders. What I learned some of my stuff, you know, from my family, you know, but not really, because you're a little bit older than me, right? You know what I'm saying? But imagine, because the generations are changing from the people that can cheat people, that can teach, like, the younger generations how to hunt or trap or how to can something or how to do anything. And I can only imagine what it's going to be like whenever for people like my son's age or your kids' age, whenever they become adults. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Luckily, they'll be able to have people like us, though, who know something. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But, like, still, though, you got to think, though, like, though you'll be able. It just has me, because a lot of the people I know who are in this prepping game got it from their grandparents, or they got it from their parents, dude. But what's gonna happen 20 years from now, and people whose grandparents are all dumbasses? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be different. We got an echo. Do you guys hear me good, or do you guys got an echo too?
Oh, I hear you pretty good.
Perfect.
I think what got you started? Sounds like somebody's got their speaker on, but
yeah, I can definitely hear. Yep. Okay, there we go. What got you started with wanting to put your, like, a YouTube channel, wanting to get out there, you know, and kind of?
Wow. Well, to be truthful, I guess it's 2017, so 4 years in November. I died. So, yeah. So after that, I kind of all started out with wanting to try to do like a book, so that way I could get information out there for my kids and kind of pass it down and stuff. And then they're more into YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So went ahead and it's like, well, we'll just do a YouTube channel and get more information out there to everybody. You know.
So how did you die?
I've got esophageal varices, and they blew, and I bled out quite literally bled out into my stomach, and it was an ugly night. Then
yeah, it was.
Then about the bad part is that was November of 2017, April of 2018. There, on my son's birthday, as a matter of fact, um, they had me on some medications, and my potassium level dropped all the way down to 1, and I completely, yeah, I was doing stuff and wasn't even aware of it, and that was my second hospital ambulance ride and hospital trip and all that kind of stuff. So
Oh wow.
after those, it was like, yeah, we need to make sure we get some information locked down just in case case number 3 decides to be permanent. But
Oh
I don't
wow.
know. There's a lot I could talk about on all that kind of stuff. I'll just say there's a reason I'm still around, so I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Your time's not up, and it won't be up until, well, it's time.
Yep.
Straight up, that's the truth right there, Gmon.
He had a reason he kept me around, so I just gotta figure that out.
I keep muting my mic because cars are coming.
There's no hate. Ain't nobody hating on you though. Listen, this is gonna be kind of a weird question, but did you have any kind of like experiences or anything like that? Because I've known some people that did pass for a minute or pass for a couple of seconds or however long it is. I don't remember, but they did tell me they did see some things and stuff and all kinds of stuff like.
Yeah, I can definitely account for that. There's a lot that I'm not gonna go into, but
I respect that.
The main one is I can remember seeing everybody in the house from an angle that I obviously could not see from being I was in the floor at the time, so definitely
Out of body.
Yeah, I would have had to been up above the roof to see the angle I was looking at. And could tell it was funny because when I was out, I told them I could see where everybody was right at that moment, and they went back and everybody's accounted for that I was correct in where everybody was standing and what was happening at that time. The only difference is there was another extra person all in black. If you catch my drift, in the kitchen with a couple of our friends that were watching the kids. Nobody remembers him, so. But yeah, it's pretty. Like I said, there's a lot I'm not gonna get into beyond that, but yeah, definitely. There's more than meets the eye to this world.
Dude, no, everything you just said was nah, man. I'm gonna have to look something up on this real quick. But no, yeah, I'm not actually. Let me hold off on that. Yeah, man, but it goes to show you, like you said, he does have purposes, and he works in very mysterious ways, like, see what's going to happen, But I feel like people, like, what's up, Klingon?
What's going on, Klingon?
I do feel like he does. I've been having some kind of iffy. My life's been a little bit iffy lately. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go into detail about it either. Because I've talked about it in the past, but it's done. It's getting better. But like, I just think that as it seems like you'll lose everything before you gain the best. Did you feel like did anything positive happen after all that for you? Did you feel like your life got a little bit better in any way? If that makes any kind of sense.
Well, it makes sense. I've made sure to account for all the little moments, a lot of stuff that everybody takes for granted.
Yes, sir.
I don't take that for granted anymore. I'll put it that way. On a personal level, I'll say yes, it's definitely gotten better because of that reason there. I mean, with the whole medical issue and all that kind of stuff, I've got my morning routine looks like I'm 80 years old when it comes to medications and all that kind of stuff.
You gotta take it. You be taking a couple of them. You gotta take a few.
Uh, I got about 15 or so I take on a daily basis.
That sucks. A very good friend of mine has epilepsy. He's got to take like all kinds of pills. That sucks. Yeah, yeah, man. I really feel for that, man. But you're out there surviving. You know, you're. I mean, you're living. You're living your life. You're out there. You just got done from a what was it? That was a good vacation, huh? You guys just had a
Oh
badass
yeah, yeah.
vacation
We
in
just
Florida.
went. Yeah, we went to Destin, Florida. Was
And
right
that
there on the beach.
was that your
Yeah,
first time in Florida? You said.
first time in Florida. Only our second, my second time, and our kid's second time to the beach all together, seeing the ocean. We
That's
went
awesome.
last August to Alabama, the Gulf Shores, and
What state are you based out of again?
I'm Missouri.
Missouri.
I'm I would almost say directly across and 30 minutes to an hour south from Hutch,
I might be buying me some land out there in a couple months, dude.
because
I might be moving out to Missouri too, dude.
he's on the west side. I'm on the east side here, Missouri. So Missouri's great. As long as you stay away from St. Louis, and unfortunately Kansas City's trying to be like St. Louis. Beyond that, I recommend any of Missouri.
And those places would be hit by a nuclear or by a bomb or whatever you want to call it, like, because that's right by where all the silos are at, right? If I'm not mistaken, huh?
Well, there's a lot of opinions on that, and I can agree with it because it's kind of like almost like a center point. I mean, they call St. Louis the gateway to the West, and it really is kind of that, and it's about. I would say St. Louis is about the midway of where all the traffic comes up down the Mississippi there. A lot of people don't realize how much barge traffic actually travels up and down. Same with coming across there at St. Louis, on the highways going east to west. So you shut that down, and that's a lot of the supply chain from one side to the other and up and down being shut down. I mean, gonna roll on this. Wait a minute. What am I?
I'm looking up some stuff about St. Louis.
You're back quiet again, bub. I can kind of hear you, but
How about now? You got me now. This volume is the well. I can hear myself in my headset
yeah,
now.
now I can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, been trying to figure out how to do this, man. It's been something else, man. Because I just got all this stuff today.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Now I was trying to see what Doc Mack was saying there. He said with Silverback we were gonna roll on this. It's like they're heading
What?
out, or
What does he mean?
I didn't catch anything before that, so I didn't know if he was heading out or just what was meant by that. But
Yeah, Doc Mac, what are you saying, dude? No, Doc Mac, I like to mess with him a lot. But Doc Mac, Bubba. Because he's Missouri. Doc Mac is Missouri too, though. Doc Mac,
okay.
he's Missouri too. I think he was naming off all kinds of local landmarks and shit that people I know who from Missouri too recognize as well. How's this sound? I just adjusted the audio.
You're really kind of off in the distance, kind of a sound there. I think you've got an omnidirectional mic or unidirectional, sorry. So you're probably gonna have to speak more or less right into it most of the time.
Like this.
Yeah, yeah. See, now your volume's pretty good, but you're very crisp on what you're coming across.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. What's up there, Stanley Laddie? How you doing there, Stanley and Donna?
No, we stay here. This is our. You're right. Yeah, Missouri is definitely a state to stick to. I mean,
Missouri has a long history too. Like I was reading there's this dude I was reading about called John Brown who's like an abolitionist and all kinds of other stuff. Like Ethan Hawke played him in this show, but this dude this John Brown guy, like all this stuff happened in Missouri. Like has a lot of history to it, and so does Kansas with the Civil War. Like they were having little fights with each other between different groups, pro-slavery, anti-slavery in Missouri and Kansas, and that's one of the things that led up to the Civil War is the fights they'd have between these two factions. So Kansas versus Missouri kind of type. Maybe that's why they named Kansas City to insult Kansas. I don't know. That might be false. Don't quote me on it. But man,
You still got your mic off, Grandma Prepper.
Oh.
There we go.
Thanks.
we've been getting at it, Grandma Prepper. What state are you based out of?
I'm based out of Washington State.
I used to live. You know where Clarkston and Asotin?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Do you know Clarkston, Washington, or Asotin, Washington? It's
No,
down by
I'm
Idaho.
really south.
See, this is kind of by Idaho and by Oregon.
Yeah, I'm just north of Portland, Oregon.
Oh, okay. This ain't that close to that. Oh, what do you think? Yeah. Have you ever seen anything insane happening where you live at, being so close to a place like that?
I lived in Portland for 22 years.
Good.
I lived in
Hoodoo.
Felony Flats.
What is that? Is that a high crime rate type place?
It was the people who were committing the crimes lived across the street from me. The whole neighborhood, they called it Felony Flats because at least one person in every home had a felony.
What does that say about our society, though? Like, that sucks.
I know that an entire neighborhood is called felony.
though.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, though, you got to think like what people are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I mean, that right there comes for the most part, not all together, because I mean, like from my personal experience here, my brother is a felon, and it was really stupid, truthfully, the reason he got a felony.
yeah,
But
this doesn't
I mean,
make them bad people. This
yeah,
does not
no,
make them
no,
bad
his wasn't a
people.
violent crime or anything like that. And honestly, what he got charged with, he truthfully didn't do, but he had already taken the rap for it. So that's just kind of, shit rolled downhill on that one. But a lot of it, in my opinion, nowadays has got a lot of, I mean, well, it's like the war against the family, how they've been trying to do that. They want the family separated, and then more of that seems to happen. Because, I mean, you look at it, no matter race, creed, color, whatever you want to call it, if you have a full family in the home, the people usually are doing better off when it comes to the kids growing up. I mean, they become more productive members of society, I guess would be a way of looking at it, rather than a lot of the stuff, getting into gangs or just whatever. Because, at least in my case, my daddy put my foot in my ass kind of thing.
And I'm grateful for every time that would happen to me from my dad. Whenever I think about it now, dude, because like I know because everybody needs to be humbled. You need to know what it's like to know how to respect somebody and know how to be humbled by somebody. Because a lot of people go through life never knowing what it's like to be humbled like that until it happens to them and they won't know how to handle it. But yeah,
What's funny is my daughter was just talking to me tonight about how grateful she is that I gave her chores and how, her friends brag that they didn't have chores growing up, but they got an allowance. And she says they're all worthless now. It being in their 20s, they have no work ethic. They don't work. They're still living at home.
No doubt.
Yep.
A lot of my friends are that way. How old are your kids, Dreama?
She's 22 this year.
Okay. But yeah.
And then my youngest just turned 21.
Okay. See,
My oldest is 20, and youngest 2 are going to be turning 8 next month.
You have young ones at home.
Yeah, I've
I
got
hope you have boys for the teenage years.
it's gonna be interesting because I've got a right now I've got a 9-year-old and two 7-year-olds, and then like I said, the 7-year-olds will be 8 next month. The 9-year-old, well, he's the one that had the birthday in April, so I mean he just turned 9 here recently. So I mean that's how close they are as well. So it's almost like having triplets instead of just twins and another.
Yeah, I had 5, and they are 8 years apart, and no twins.
We
I
got
have
that one,
7
and
brothers and sisters, all from different moms. Like my dad has that many different kids, but that different many.
Wow.
I can understand that.
Yeah, there's no, yeah, you know what I'm saying. He's just doing his thing, having a little too much fun. You know what I'm saying?
That's one way of looking at it. No, I mean I've got friends that well, grew up with them and stuff like that. Really good friends that their dad was like that. You know, a whole bunch of siblings, all the way down to well, the oldest one's older than I am, and the youngest one I want to say might be 10 now, and I could even be wrong on that. So, I mean, big family. They should have put a stop to that one. I'll put that way. As many as he's got. But
That's a lot of
That's the way
kids.
it goes sometimes, man. My grandparents. I remember you saying that your grandpa had 12 brothers and sisters. My grandfather, he also had around like definitely over. It was in the double digits with them kids. They started having kids in the 30s and they stopped in the 60s. So they're just having kids for 30 years. Just kept on going.
Yeah, my mom is number 10 of 11, and my grandpa is number 1 of 17.
They needed extra help on the farm, you know.
Yep,
They needed extra help with the chores around the house, extra, you know.
yep.
Back in medieval times, I'm not going to go into the darkness of what they would do to like how they were just the value of life. They did not look out with any kind of value in it. What's up, Ghost? Did I already
well,
say what's up to
well, yeah,
Ghost?
but you also got to think though. I mean, back then, like she's talking about, where 17 kids back then. Shoot, that yeah, they're what you couldn't even say shoestring budget. You know, I mean, it had to be growing stuff yourself and doing things yourself and stitching clothes and all that different kinds of stuff. I mean,
Yep.
the a lot of people don't get just how great we've got it nowadays. All these people that are complaining,
Easy.
yeah, all these people that are complaining that I'm whatever word you want to insert there nowadays, whether it be to talk down to, or I'm not treated right, or blah blah blah. You don't realize how good you've really got it. I mean, just plain.
Yeah,
Thousands,
exactly.
thou,
Anyone born in the 70s and after has no idea what it's like to actually fend for yourself.
Well, see, and I can kind of agree with that, but I mean, I was born in '84, and I was still raised, what I would consider correctly, you know. But you look at these kids nowadays that everything is owed to me. Ain't nothing owed to you.
straight up.
Right?
You were born, and that's it. I mean,
I used to threaten to put my kids back.
I had a very chaotic life.
yeah,
I'd say I
you're
had
the
a very
same age as
chaotic
my
life growing
wife,
up.
Hutch. She was born in '81 too.
I was born in '94.
Oh my goodness, you guys are so young.
Yeah, so I'm exactly 10 years older than you, Pilgrim. But
Dude, that's crazy, dude. I mean, dude. But I feel like once you get to the age of 25, though, like it seems it's just everything after that. You're just getting older and older. Like, you
Pilgrim,
know what
what
I'm
year were you
saying?
born in?
I was born in '94.
I am 20 years older than you are.
Really?
Yep. I was
What's
born
up?
in 74.
I think my dad was born in '73, and my mom was born in '78. Something like that. Something along them
Yeah.
lines.
But my parents never taught me how to survive other than, like, I mean, they didn't teach me how to can because they didn't know. My mom, when she left the farm at 15, she never looked back. Like, she'll grow, some garden things and she'll grow plants and stuff. But, as far as like real true homesteading, she never taught me any of that. She never did any of the canning or anything like that. But they did take me up on the mountain and they did teach me how to camp with just a backpack. And um, they did teach me how to, you know, get to the peak of the mountains without falling and killing myself.
That was a good one.
I almost fell down 1,000-foot cliff, but I didn't, so that was good.
You live and you learn.
Right? Yeah, I learned to make sure my handholds actually held.
What's up, John T. McGill? Good to see you here,
Well,
brother.
see, and that's kind of like well, during that time and
I'll be
stuff.
right
I mean,
back,
a lot
guys.
of places were kind of getting away from the whole farming thing and all that, and everybody kind of did that push towards the city. It's kind of like like with education, everybody went from having what I would consider real jobs to well, you need a college education. You know,
Right. Well, now a college education doesn't do you any good because there's so
exactly.
many of those. There's so many of those pilot schools, or they're not called pilot schools. I don't remember what they're called, but I call them fly-by-night schools. Like you go to school for 3 to 9 months, and they pump out like 30 students, and then there's only one job opportunity
Yeah,
for that entire class.
yeah. That's why. I mean, I've got well, it's my wife's niece. She was already talking. They've got a brand new one, and she's already been talking about how he's going to go to college and this and that. And I was talking to his daddy. It's like, teach him everything you can about using his hands as he's getting
Yeah.
older. And once he gets older, make sure he goes to well, around here they call it vocational school. I know different areas call it different things, but the whole mechanics, learning how to weld, HVAC, they've got all those classes there. While you're still in high school, you last 2 years of high school, you can take it in the mornings or in the afternoons, depending on where you're at. So, but I mean, that's really, and if you look at it, that's really where the money's at right now too, is those what used to be considered blue collar jobs, because there's nobody to work them anymore. There's nobody that
Right.
knows how to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Not
I
not in
hung
ma-
shoot.
not in mass like people are with a business degree. I mean,
Yeah, my dad wouldn't even let me drive until I tore his truck down to the bolts and then put it back together again.
uh, my dad always kept me away from the tools because I had a habit of doing stuff like that. And then, no, I mean, well, I mean that's like today. You've got to be, oh shoot, I mean, you got to be what 18 now, I think, to have your driver's license. You get the little, um, I don't know what they call it, a temporary thing or whatever at 16 now. But I mean, shoot, I was driving around literally by myself, like when I was 13 years old, just going around in town. I mean,
Yeah, I was driving my drunk parents around when I was 12.
well, I wasn't doing that. It was more like, hey, we need some milk. Run up to the store. So,
Yeah, no, my dad was like, I need to go to the liquor store. I can't drive. Here's the keys. My mom, we're like halfway home on the ice. I can't drive. Here, take the car. Take the keys. Drive me home. Fun times, fun times.
oh yeah. Well, and see, and I mean that kind of like what you're saying there, though. But I mean, from then on, you knew how to drive on ice. You
Right?
know, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
nowadays you keep putting people closer and closer to the age to where they're gonna be drinking or whatever.
Right,
As a
without
brand
any
new,
experience under their belt.
exactly. I mean, it just nobody's willing to take any responsibility for themselves anymore. It's always somebody else's fault.
Right?
And I mean,
You know,
and Potato and everybody else is kind of helping push that agenda or whatever right along with them too.
Well, that agenda's been going on since the 80s, just so you know.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, but every generation just gets worse and they keep pushing that agenda. And it was really prevalent in my grade school. I would come home and say stuff, and my mom was like, she'd smack my face and don't you dare talk like that in my house. And, and it was the way that our teachers were teaching us to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
But it was extremely disrespectful. But the
Oh, yeah.
teachers were grooming us to tell on our parents for the drug use, the alcohol use, telling them, if we had food or didn't have food, whatever. And it was a really big thing in the 80s. And it has just, and that's where it started, was in 1982. And it has been going ever since. And it's just become more and more ridiculous as the years go by.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I fully agree and believe you on that. I mean, I wasn't around in '82 yet, but I mean, I can see it out there. Of course, when I said potato, I mean, I guess he was still in an office back then too. So, I mean, I'll still blame it on him.
He's just a puppet, and it's not really him doing anything, right?
He's lucky he's standing. I mean, I've worked in an old folks home working for maintenance and stuff like that, and constantly had to go back to the Alzheimer's unit. And half of the stuff that he does, just being around the people that have Alzheimer's, I don't have to have a degree or whatever. I mean, I can look at him and a lot of the things he does. It just, when somebody does something that really makes that, something click, and you can actually see somebody else doing it, that's how it is with him. I mean, I can see certain people that were in, that facility when I worked there doing the exact same thing that he does. And
I'm
it's
in
just,
home care. I take care of people for a living. That's what I do. And yeah, he's got something going on, but it's not Alzheimer's, but he's definitely got something going on.
oh yeah,
He
yeah.
he had a UTI quite a while back, and he didn't shake it. The effects of it. A urinary tract infection, those can have very significant effects on people. We didn't see him for a long time while he was campaigning, and it was because of that UTI.
Yeah.
And he never fully recovered from it, but not everybody does. I mean, even somebody in their 20s doesn't necessarily always recover from a UTI.
Oh yeah. I mean, I fully believe that and agree with you as well. I mean, my wife's an RN. She's actually she's working ICU tonight, I think, at one of our local hospitals. So, I mean, when it comes to all them little things, I get to hear about all of it. And as for not
Yep.
shaking the effects, well, when I had my incident, I was on a vent for a week, and it still ain't all, because they had me. They had me so full of I had more propofol in me than what took down Michael Jackson, and they still
Oh,
had
wow.
to strap me down, and I still ended up tearing ligaments in my shoulder because I was trying to extubate myself so badly. So
Oh, wow.
doctors flat out said they've never seen anybody with that much fight. They had a choice of my wife flat out told me, it's like, you're gonna have to strap him down or something, because this ain't gonna work, because they had the dose of propofol so high they could not take it any higher without a chance of stopping my heart.
Right, but
My
that stuff kills brain cells really bad.
To my understanding, yeah. Well,
Is this
between that and
genetic? Is this something that your family has problems with?
no, when I had my incident where I bled out and all that, they had to put me on a vent. And when they put you on a vent, they have to sedate you, because I mean, you got a tube down your throat and everything. Just your natural, you're going to try grabbing for it or whatever and pulling it out, and that stuff keeps you, they keep you sedated. Well, that sedation is the same stuff that Michael Jackson used to use, I guess, on the side or whatever, and the doctor and
The
the whole
one that
mess where
got in
he ended up
trouble.
dying and all
Okay.
that. That's what he died from, was an overdose of that.
And that's just like an anesthetic?
Yeah, it's an anesthesia, or well, that's what they use to help with that anyway. I don't want to say it incorrectly because I know there's
Those
anesthesias and then
haters.
there's other kinds of medications and stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it was at one point to where I was even conscious, but I couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't speak. As far as I knew, all I was doing was trying to wiggle my toes to let them know that I was awake. And evidently, while all that was going on, is when I was doing all the thrashing and everything else, and they had to strap me down and stuff because, I mean, I was fighting it. So, but yeah,
Yeah, that fight or flight kicks in real hard.
yeah. And I've always been a fight instead of flight. So it yeah.
Yeah, that stuff that they use to put you down, yeah, it killed me in surgery. I died right on the table.
Did you have any experiences, Jima? Did you see anything?
Yeah, remember I told you I was floating above my body watching them perform the surgery and then freak out because I died?
Did you say
Yeah,
that
it's just,
just today? I don't remember you saying that just now.
oh no, in
You said
a
that in the
live
past,
stream.
though, in the past live
Yeah,
stream. I remember you talking about that, and you've always had this ghost attached to you, the spirit attached to you, too. I remember these
yep,
things.
yep. I do have a spirit attached, and it still has not left me. My
See,
invisible friend named Bob.
and that's why I love you, and that's why I want you on here more. I would like to start talking more with you. I'd like to start getting on here. Like, I love hearing all y'all's different, like it's to hear
Did I tell
this.
you about the car blowing up?
Now, how recently did this happen?
Oh, not recently, but I was walking down the street and a car was having mechanical issues, and I just felt this really hard push on my back. And I'm like, all right, I'm going, I'm going. Got about a block and a half down the road and about 20 steps from my destination. And the motor blew up in the vehicle that was
Good night,
having
ghost.
mechanical issues. Huh?
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I'm
I'm
sorry, I
sorry.
didn't hear what you said.
No, I didn't interrupt you. I didn't say anything. I
Take it
said
easy,
good night.
Ghost.
Yeah.
I did not mean to stop that. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, I was done.
Oh yeah, no, I flat out believe in all that. Like I said, there's a lot more that we do not see that everybody can have their own opinion on, and just however they want to call you crazy or whatever, then that's fine. But
Yeah, that means they're a hater. That means that they're hating, dude. Like people want to have a reason.
to feel higher up and
Well,
all that, yeah.
Exactly, to feel like they have for like oh this person's opinion is fucking oh this is slightly differs from my opinion. I'm gonna insult it. What's up, Bella? Oh, this person's opinion is nothing. This part like that. It's like from the Matrix. I digress a little bit, but it's from the like whenever for Agent Smith from the Matrix. Anytime like anybody'd start going against the Matrix, and Agent Smith would enter into like somebody's body randomly and just start like being like, "What are you talking about? You're stupid. That's stupid." He wouldn't just enter somebody's body to kick somebody's ass. He'd enter somebody's body to tell somebody else like they shouldn't talk about that because they're dumb. Relook at those Matrix movies, dude. That has blown my mind a couple. Like the first one, though. The first one will really blow your mind if you look at it multiple times. Like, but don't look at it too much, though. If you don't want to have your mind blown too much, I should say. I put a warning, on that. But yeah, I believe in God, though. I am Christian, and I try. But whenever if you start looking too much into these conspiracies, though, which is something I've done in the past, and it's something it's something I still do. I dabble in them a little bit still too, but they might take you away from the path that your faith or whatever your spirituality is supposed to be on. And I probably just digressed like left and right. I probably just went way off topic. But
It's your show, man. You can't go off topic.
it's like an episode of Family Guy, man.
That's
we
true.
do, we do, we do. I go a little too fast from topic to topic, but dude, it really warms my heart to hear y'all's stories, though. To hear survivor stories, like, and I thank God that luckily so far I have not had anything really health problem wise with me yet. One second.
Yeah, you talking about health problems there. That was kind of what was a little messed up on. Well, when I said I had that other incident when on my one son's 6th birthday, that was April. February on Valentine's Day is when we found out that he was a type 1 diabetic.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so we went literally from finding out he was a type 1 diabetic to his birthday. We were getting ready for everything that afternoon for everybody to come over for a birthday party. And last thing I remember was sitting down on the couch, and my wife said my youngest son kept wanting some cereal or something like that. So I got up off the couch, went into the kitchen, grabbed the jug of milk, came back into the living room, sat down with the jug of milk, went after sitting there for a minute, got back up, put the jug of milk back in the fridge, and started to walk back towards the living room. And then that's when I finally passed out and hit the floor. So, I mean, yeah, but so we found out when he was 5 and he's 9 now. So he's my hero there. He's beyond a trooper, to say the least. That little man's more grown up than half the people I know. I mean,
Especially if you have so much thrown at you at such a young age, that'll make you grow up fast.
well, I mean, ever since he found out he was diabetic, it's he worries about his own carbs. He worries about
He's got to take care of himself.
I mean, he makes sure that somebody hands him something, he'll ask me or his mom, is it okay if I have this, or how many carbs are in this, or I mean, and when it comes to shots, that little man, I mean, when he gets to be a man, it's going to be something else because,
No.
he gets probably on average at least 6 shots a day and never once even really flinches, I mean, arm, stomach, leg, back, wherever we happen to give it that time around to rotate it, and, he just takes it and goes on. Finger
Does he
pricks,
like
all that
school?
stuff.
Wow, that's impressive.
Is he like how does he feel about school? Does he do good in school? Does he get good grades?
He did really good in school for the most part until it come to about the time
I'll be
that
right
we
there.
found out he was diabetic. He was having a couple little issues here and there, but we come to find out it was because his sugar was high. And, it was that reaction to his sugar being high that was causing a little bit of the issues.
Heard
But
that.
but no, I mean, this past year with the whole thing going on, we tried virtual schooling, and it was
Yeah,
me
it's a
and
live
those
stream.
3. And I'll tell you right now, trying to teach 3 kids and
It's a
being
lot
told
of
what
work, huh?
being told what you have to teach them and how to teach them and all, and follow their rules and everything else. If anybody
Have a
has
good
an
night,
option,
Hutch.
anybody that has an option between virtual school or homeschooling, go with homeschooling. Your kids are probably going to be
Love
a
you,
whole lot
Hank.
better of it.
Have a
Take
good
it easy,
night.
Hutch. I'll get that thing to you here soon too, Bubba.
The kids are going.
All right,
The
you
kids
guys.
are. Was it Grandma?
Hun, I'm really sorry to interrupt, but I got to get going. My person just told me he's ready for me to put him in bed.
Well, you have a good night. It was great talking to you. It was definitely
It
like
was
I wanted to
great
get
talking
together
with
with you
you too.
again. Do you want anything? Do you want to plug anything? You got anything coming up? Any live streams? Any premieres you might be doing? You want to put out there for anybody to watch?
I don't. I have 3 videos that are recorded and upload ready to watch, and that's it. I have not been able to make any videos the last few weeks or last couple weeks because I've
Put
just
them.
been working 100+ hours a week.
Put
Crazy,
them out
crazy.
as premieres though, Gmar.
Why is premieres?
You get
Because
to talk to everybody while the video is going on. You get to have a live
Oh, yeah.
chat with a pre-recorded video.
and that'll add to your
Oh, I
hours
can't.
too, won't it?
Well, it'll
Yeah,
add
but
to
I
the
can't
hours either
do
way, but
I
Was
can't
it?
do that because I'm always working.
But no, you don't even have to. Sometimes I'll be doing them, and I won't even be. I'll post. I'll be like, I won't be able to be part of this chat, guys. I'll post it in the chat whenever before like the premiere happens, and then But almost everybody inside my chat's a moderator though, because like, but I do that like about like because I'm not gonna mention anything bad, negative. Virginia Roots, what's up? How are you doing? By the way, good to see you. But there was like some hardcore bad like evil trolls messing around a couple of weeks ago or months ago or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I
All right,
just
well,
made it.
honey, I really got to go. I love you. I love
Love you
you
too,
all. Thank
Gma.
you
You
so
have a
much.
good one.
it was nice meeting you.
Nice
Yeah.
meeting you too, hun. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.
Yeah, if y'all don't know Grandma Prepper, y'all go and check her out, alright?
Yep, definitely go check her out, guys.
Yes, she does have a lot of good information, and the way that everybody delivers their information, and that's what I love about this, is like to see how each person delivers their info in their own way. You know what I mean? It's insane, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I haven't been able to kind of watch really anybody's for a bit now. I mean,
I've been busy at work like crazy. I've been busy having to work. I've been busy trying to figure out. There's been some behind the scenes stuff too, man. Like it's been pretty like I've been all everything that led up to all of this setup that you see and like all of this stuff like it sucks, dude. We'll talk about it maybe in the future. That might be a it just sucks, dude. There's a member, somebody that's always been a part of the show since it began, but we might not see them for a while though. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what goes on. What are you gonna do though? You know what I'm saying? Life happens the way it does. So I don't want to go too much into detail just in case if he but Graze though Graze the Bush. Let's all give prayers for my friend Graze the Bush though, guys. Basically, you know what I'm saying? He definitely could use them for sure. Like, but man, yeah, life is crazy, man. Isn't it, dude? Like the thing that seems like it's like if every person deserves to be able to have one movie based on their life put out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and each year there'd be a different. Yes, yeah, he is in the Bud Brothers band, but the Bud Brothers band is not done. It's gonna be on hiatus though. It might be a solo acoustic act, like for. It's gonna be. It's going to be yeah, Doc Mac, hop on here if you want to, dude. But it's gonna be different, we're not we're gonna see what happens, dude. I don't know what's gonna happen. This is all very confusing shit right now, But I'm just saying, guys, he is not going to be. He might not be a part of it. Like you might not be seeing him as much anymore. I'm gonna have to be doing like if you want something like if you're like what is this? Oh, I can look it up real quick for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we'll see him. We'll see him. Yeah, and the band, the music, and the band play. What's it? And the beat goes on, as they say in that one song. You know what I'm saying? So. We just have to keep on playing music.
Yeah, man. I mean, prayers go out to him and everything on what's going on. I mean, life is life. It unfortunately it don't quit no matter what happens.
You live, you live or you die. That's it, dude. That's all I can say. Like you got how you're gonna survive. Are you gonna survive or are you gonna not survive?
Yep.
And if you're out there watching, Bubba, I fucking feel for you so much, dude. Because it's more than a friendship with all of us. It's like brothers, dude. Since we were like 10 years old, kind of shit, dude. Like, it's playground days, dude. You know what I'm saying? But things don't always stay the same. They don't always stay the same, dude.
I hear you, man. I've never really been that close to a bunch of people. Anybody I was kind of close to like that, they're well, all of them are pretty well dead now. So, I mean, unfortunately, but facts are facts. A bunch of them made their
Straight up.
choice.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Like, we make these choices and you reap what you sow. There's consequences to if you can't just live thinking a certain way if it's incorrect, like, and it sucks, dude, it does, but they still live on, though. They'll still, like, anybody that they'll still live on, definitely in your memory. You know what I'm saying? They'll definitely, the good times will not be forgotten.
Yeah.
Whenever someone passes, you forget about all the bad shit and you only think about the good stuff. You know
Well,
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
you just
For the
gotta keep.
most part.
Yeah, you just gotta keep pushing through. I mean, like I said, whether you like it or not, the sun goes down, the sun comes up. Everything continues on.
It's
You
not going to
know.
change for you. It's not going to change just because you want it to.
Yeah. Yeah. No matter how much you want stuff.
What's up,
Going
Doc
on,
Mac?
bub?
Yeah, I was supposed to be backstage and be going to bed, but I
Rock
got you,
on.
Pilgrim.
Party on, dude. Party
I
on, dude.
got you, brother.
I'd say we run about another 30 minutes or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
get that even 2 hours, and I'm having a lot of fun on this, though, definitely. This is the first time with the setup on here. This is the first time having Silverback. Have you gone on anybody else's show as Silverback Prepping since the name change?
No, man, not yet. I've put out a few videos, but that's about it. I changed my intro up just a little bit, kind of to do the transition in between. I'm going to
Exactly. You
still
can't
make
just
a new
do it.
one.
You can't just do a dramatic, you can't just do a dramatic change, you can't just like to be like, boom, here it is, I'm this now.
I don't know. I mean, I used my old intro and had an ape like fly into the screen and start smashing the ground and pound his chest and then go running at the screen and stuff. So if you
You
ain't seen it
made
yet,
that?
yeah, you have
You,
to check that out. Yeah.
dude, that's badass, dude. I think I have seen that though too. I follow you on Instagram as well,
Yeah.
dude. Dude. What? What inspired you to make the name change? And
Uh,
you did make a badass name change, and you made a badass logo.
well, the logo has actually been around for a bit. I've had that
Really?
made for a while. Yeah, truthfully. Um, the silverback thing, that's been going on for months and months because I called the three little ones around here. I called them the monkeys. Even got well, I don't think I got one handy here, but I even got a sticker for them. I made a design for them that's got the kind of based off of hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, and did their own little thing for each one of them. And we put stickers out for that. And I was like, well, if they're the little monkeys, then I guess that makes me the big ape. So And then being kind of in the coin community at the time, or the stacking community, the whole thing with Reddit and all that was the silverbacks, coming in. So
Really?
yeah, they call
Okay,
them the
that
apes.
dude, that's badass, dude. That's a good little connection on that, dude. Dude, you
So,
always keep that coin community connection though. Always remain a stalker, dude.
oh
Like,
yeah,
I'm not just prepping anymore, but I'm always prepping. I'm always gonna be prepping for the rest of my life, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always gonna be prepping for the, but cause it's beyond, like, cause it's like to go beyond, like, cause we have like we can. We can talk like on these microphones and shit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying, dude? Like, it's we can definitely get out there, man. Like, but I definitely I love to see prepping is definitely become up as the the thing. And I was asking you guys how y'all everybody got into prepping themselves. I only got into prepping 2 years ago, dude. Like, I wasn't raised with that kind of mindset. I was raised to respect the hard work. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. But I wasn't, like, and I just got into, because I just got married. I was starting a life, and then all this stuff happened with that Charlie Victor, and then all these riots that were going down because of George Floyd and all that other shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just like, and I was just tripping, man. I was really tripping, and and then I started coming across. I was Angry Prepper, I believe, was the first one, or man, might no. Then I started coming across Magic, and then all those kind of guys. Then through that, started going across Tribes, started coming across HUD, started coming across Backwoods, started coming across Ghost, started coming across, like, in the early days, in the heydays of all these dudes, man, and but it was also Silver Prepping Grandma, Little Urban Prepper, Into the Foxhole, dude. Like, these dude, like, and I've also met, dude, and I've been meeting a lot of people too recently, man. Like, this is the second or third time that we've talked, dude, and it's always a good conversation with you. I always feel comfortable talking to you, man. I feel like you definitely have a level head, and you say it in the right way. And Doc Mac, this fool down here, dude, I feel like I know this man pretty good at this point. What do you got to
Yeah,
say, man?
Pilgrim, we're up, bro. We're
Yeah,
we're
dude.
we're we're
Dude.
we're strong.
Dude, yeah, like,
We
we're definitely
we've been
tight, dude. Like, I've definitely, like, been like, we're tight. I'm not even gonna say it, like, like,
we've
dude, but
been
I'm like, dude,
we've been we've been from the beginning since the horrible stuff. We're there.
dude, and I had your back through the whole time. I was like, dude, yeah, dude. And my shit has not always been like, but look at, I feel like this maybe like they might not. I don't know why the trolls try to attack. I guess I don't know. Maybe it's because there's some trolls from some other people that not they weren't for like professional trolls, but they were like, like subscribers to
There
other, like, big,
there are
like,
just there's some dumbasses trying to roll
I,
up on you.
I would say I know exactly who they are, and I've got no problem in calling them out because the person they're subscribed to, I used to kind of look at too as kind of a friend at one point.
and you know what I mean. Then yeah, but I feel like it's kind of calm because like I would have always one or two thumbs down on each one of the lives for a while because of this shit. Because of that, dude. We had a good live that one night with Tribe, dude. That 6 hour one, dude. Oh my god, dude, that was fun.
Well, see, man, that's like truthfully, my channel, believe it or not, it's been I'm coming up on a year now. So like I had my channel going back when well, if you look back through my videos and stuff, when they had the gathering, the first idea of the gathering come around, I went ahead and made a video for them originally, and before they ever even did anything, just to try to help them promote it, And then all that kind of blew up, and then there was a whole bunch of drama here and there, and I was like, man, forget this. And then there's a guy that's called Prepping with Sarge, and he's
Dude,
one that goes between the silver community and all that kind of stuff. So
Dude, I
he's like,
love prepping with Sarge. He's been on my show before, dude.
yeah, he's like, hey, why don't you go check out the silver community? It's like, okay, well, I headed over there, and that's where I kind of hung out for a bit and just stayed out of the whole situation for a while, and then was talking to Tribe one day because I mean I've known Tribe since back then, kind of thing, and I mean stuff was kind of going down, so I was like, well, I'll come back over here and see what's going on, and just kind of
I'll
getting
answer
back into
that.
it the whole time.
I'll answer that.
We'll get to that in 1 second. I feel like, because I want to hear you answering that really bad, dude, because, like, this shit don't make no sense to me. I want to know the full details behind, and like, and I'm impartial on this, but I want to know what happened, like whose show this was on, like who the people was that was saying this shit, dude, because this shit is fucked up, dude. Like, and part of my language, I don't like to cut. But man,
I've been on Dangerous and Hutch and stuff like that. Hutch once, but Dangerous I'm on all the time. I I got attacked quite a bit for little stuff.
by like people like Billy or something like that, like Billy Troopy told or some shit.
Yeah, they were all like bombing me, and I was like, "What's up with that?" I'm like, if I'm wrong, tell me, and I'll look it up and tell the truth. I mean, I'm not like that, you know. I'm
Yeah, dude, I
just,
mean, what business
I'm out
is it
there.
of theirs what you're talking about anyway, dude? You're just out here trying to.
I've got nailed so many times on lives that I keep trying to go private and just go gray, and then so many people are like, "Doc, doc, doc," because all I wanted, because I got so many friends on here now, and so I just try to give them a pump or just nothing, you know, just an emoji. I just want to give somebody a pump because they've been with me for so long, and so I can't stay silent. I want to give them a pump,
What?
and then
Bug dude,
all of a
what's up,
sudden
Bubba?
I start getting attacked, and so that's why I'm like, damn.
They started attacking you
I'll be
because
in.
you were fist bumping people.
Yeah, because I try to be private, because I when I go live, you know, I like last 2 days ago and 3 days ago, I went live on Dangerous for 4 hours. Nobody bothered me. It's just pure patriots up.
Exactly, it's just different times. I say Million Patriot March, y'all.
But other than that, on private chat or on these streams, I just try to give one of my friends like Bug Dude, 100%.
I'm trying to get Bug Dude
I'm like
on here.
trying
He's
to
having some technical difficulty.
right, but I try to give everybody a fist pump or something because we've been together for a while now. Even
What
since
got
I
you
changed.
into this? But Doc Mac, what got you into the preparedness community? How did you start listening to everybody? How did
Work.
you start listening to Tribe and them?
I've been in it for years. I changed my name because I can't have my real name out there because of where I work, and everybody likes to fire people that are have their real name out there.
The joys of social media.
Right. So I mean, I'm off all social media except for YouTube, but I got Doc Mac, so that's me. So, because couple nights a week, I do, Dangerous for 3 or 4 hours, and Pilgrim, whenever you're on, I try to get your hours up.
I appreciate
And
that.
Southern Prepper, I'm trying to get his hours up. That's about it. I don't follow a bunch of big channels. I'm like, I got Hutch, I got you, I got Ghost.
Yeah, see, it's funny. I see everybody now, and it's kind of crazy to think about, because I kind of started following most everybody back when, like when they get started. Like when Tribe and I started, talking back and forth and stuff. He only had, I want to say, like 100 and something subscribers, maybe. And that's like Ghost when he first kind of started doing it. A little bit of everybody. It's awesome to see, everybody where they're at now. When I kind of step back over this way from the stacking community, and it's cool to see everybody, coming up, I guess you could say.
Yeah, because I follow Prepper Tribe, and everybody. I'm like all the little channels. So it's just like, because when I try to follow the big channels, they just are full of fluff, and it's like, no, we need to learn some stuff. Come on, guys, get with it. But
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
also a bushcraft guy, and so I follow a lot of bushcraft. And
Yeah.
we're real people, man. We're because you get to see like, and everybody else does too. But like we're like it's like we're at a real level of like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like what's an electrician doing? What's a plumber doing? What's a carpenter up to? What's a nurse or a doctor up to? You know what I'm saying? What's a restaurant manager up to? You know what I'm saying? Like, and who knows? Like, we're all living all these crazy lives and all these awesome lives. But that was legendary, Bug Dude. It was awesome to have you on here. There's always a spot on here for you if
oh,
you ever
dude,
want to
come
get on,
back up,
dude.
dude.
Try again,
You,
yeah, dude.
you my brother. I mean, we hammer this shit together.
Bug Dude goes way
Get up
back
here,
too.
bug dude.
Yeah,
That's just
Bug
like if
Dude.
Tribe's watching. We need another Simon video.
Yes, another Simon video would be hilarious, dude. That kind of you guys might be seeing some skit videos come out of me and shit here in the next couple of weeks. We'll be seeing what's good. I'm gonna be trying to branch out, dude. Like, we're gonna be seeing what's good. I'm trying to see if we're gonna. We'll see what happens, dude. Like, I'm having all kinds of ideas, y'all.
Pilgrim, let's roll up together.
Where? How?
Well,
You live at? What do you mean?
I live in Missouri. You live in Texas.
I live in
Let's roll up
Tennessee.
together or something.
No, I live
Oh,
in
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Yeah, that's. I'm about 10
So that's
hours
8
away.
hours.
I might be
Oh,
buying a
that's
house. I might be buying some land in Missouri over the next couple of months or something. We'll
I
see
say
what's
Tennessee,
good.
you ain't 10 hours away, man. I was just
You're
too.
like 8 hours
Really?
at the most.
Well,
And
depends on who you're
What I
talking
looked
to.
up was 10 hours. I looked up to somebody I know's house. It was 10 hours.
Because
okay, well,
to me, to cross over into Tennessee is I can cross over into Tennessee from where I'm at in under an hour. Mm,
Silverback, you in Missouri?
Really?
yeah, I'm in Southeast Missouri, bub. If you know where
Okay,
Cape Dorado,
yeah,
Missouri is,
yeah.
I'm between Cape Dorado and Sykeston.
There's a big city that's connected between Missouri
Oh,
and Tennessee, or
I'm in.
Arkansas. Memphis,
Well, I'm
Tennessee?
in Northwest Missouri.
So Memphis is in Arkansas as well, right? Or is it like, isn't
Oh,
that West Memphis that's in Arkansas?
Um,
Wow. I didn't even, you just blew my mind.
I'm just having a moment there, but yeah,
It's all
you
good, Bug Dude.
you
we
said
could roll up. We could roll up all on each other and just
So let's do it. We could, I'm talking,
just have a good time.
are you
we can
talking
do that
about
million
Northwest
Patriot
there?
March.
So you're up around St. Joe and all that kind of stuff, or?
In between St. Joe and Kansas City.
Okay. My uncle and my mom, my dad, and all them are up there near Oregon. I was actually born in Fairfax, so
Okay.
used to live up there in Corning, Missouri. So
Wow, I didn't know any of those places. You just, I was like, he's like, is he what? That's
But
awesome,
north
we
dude.
north of St.
no
Joe there, but I know my
no
area up
we
that way.
That's
I know
awesome.
I know where he's coming from.
Hopefully, I
He
might know in the next couple months. I might move up there to
he
Missouri, guys. I'm really thinking about it. Everybody I know
he,
lives up there and shit, and a couple other people I know is
he's
talking
good
about it.
people. We you know we just live around good people.
If any of us ever became millionaires or anything like that, you best believe that I'd make sure all of us lived in the same fucking vicinity so we could be like, you know what I'm saying, dude? Like, I'd be for real, dude. I'd be like,
Let's
okay, guys, it's time to get in the studio together.
let's put it this way, program up there where he's at. Well, north of St. Joe is Corning, Missouri, and Corning, Missouri has a spot that's called Crackers Landing. Crackers Landing is named that after my great grandpa. So that's how much family I've got up that way and stuff like that.
That's badass.
Like Corning now has only like 4 residents left. There's the one people, and then there's my side of the family because I'm related to the Byfords and all of them up that way as well. So,
Really? Oh yeah, we're good.
you know the Byfords, okay.
This
Coxes are
dude
the other
knows all
part.
kinds of people's relatives and
Well,
shit. Like this dude.
my wife is from northern St. Joe, and actually, I went to a Baphomet wedding 2 years ago. So, wow, okay, small world again.
This
Yeah,
happens every time you
I'm related
Missouri
to
guys start talking.
the Byfords, the Bradleys
Because
up that way, the Coxes. That's all family.
Cox is family of mine.
Really.
Y'all could be
Really,
cousins.
Like
really.
well, let's say this name, Tommy Cox or Tommy Jr.
Let's just not do this on YouTube.
If you
Okay.
get, we can
Yeah,
go.
me
We
and you
can
got
talk
me and you got to
behind the
talk then.
scenes, or y'all could get on Instagram. You have an Instagram, Doc Mac?
No, I'm off all social media
Go
Well,
ahead and send
except
Instagram's
me
for
an
different than
YouTube.
Facebook. You
go ahead
guys
and
get
send
on
me an
the.
email sometime then, Bubba. I got my emails posted in my
Um,
about page and stuff.
Get on the
it's in,
private chat.
it's in my about page too.
All right.
Um, and actually Hutch start talking. I'm like, oh wait a second, our family knows each other from here too. So Silverback, we are all intertwined. Me, Hutch, you.
Dude, no, I'm also related to you guys too. Somehow I have some kind. I want to. I want to,
You
not just
want to
oh my
be part
god.
of us?
Yeah, dude, I want to be like. I just want to be like, yeah, like somehow I'm y'all's fourth cousin, somehow 15 times removed.
Come on up here, brother. It's
Keith,
all good.
good night, Bubba. But yeah, dude, I definitely want to see that. Do you guys see the private chat?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well.
here we go.
That's my email. Y'all can put y'all shit there, and like we can like y'all can like trade shit here as well,
All right.
and nobody else can see that.
That's Pilgrim.
And that's how Keith will be. Keith will be sending me a lot of good information. I'll be getting a lot of good. I'm gonna. That's what I'm saying, guys. We got another 10 minutes left on this. I just want to say this next week it's gonna be a premiere every day at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, guys. Unless an emergency happens, that's why I'm gonna try to film a couple of videos in one day, or you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
then it'll be always. We'll try to have a live stream on a Sunday, and we'll always try to have live streams on Wednesdays. Sunday of the nighttime and Wednesday around the afternoon. we'll see what's good. But I'm trying to get this going in a more professional way. You know, I'm trying to get this going like with the stand and with all this. You know, so we'll see what's good, dude. I want to do this 1,000,000 pager march. We got an awesome community, dudes. Like we got an awesome. We like. Dude, Silver by Prepping, you're probably one of the friendliest dudes I've ever met in my whole life. Like, dude, like for real, dude. Like,
Nah, I'm an
and
asshole.
Doc Mac, you're cool too, dude. Dude, no, I mean, because if I'm around somebody I don't vibe with though, or something like that, dude, somebody who's like, no, yeah, I definitely feel that. I feel like you. Good night, y'all. Okay, John T, you have a good night, Bubba. But I feel like it's definitely got to be like if there's just been sometimes you know I just cannot. I'm like, man, I can't fuck with this person, dude, at all whatsoever, dude. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like, and it'll really come out. You know what I'm saying? And I imagine you probably kick somebody's ass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'll just say Hutch and I agree quite a bit on a lot of things.
Dude, he's hardcore, dude.
Well, without a doubt, him and I agree 100% on a lot of things.
99.9% with me. He's.
What's the 1%, 0.1%?
I haven't found out yet, but I never give anybody 100% because it's 99.9%. He's a country boy, and he's from our neck. He's
always
from
gotta
our neck of
disagree
the
with somebody.
woods. So you got to get that 1.1%, but it don't mean you're wrong. It just don't mean that you don't ever have to agree 100%.
And that's
That's me.
truth. I respect that 100% because like we don't always have to be like agreeing with each other and shit. Like we don't always have to be because then we'll start like. But no, but like I do feel that 100%. But like
I just
because
can.
I feel that, man. But like I do like there's a lot of shit like. But that's why I vibe with all these guys though is because I do like agree with just about everything that they say. Like there's nothing that he like says that I don't agree with. Like nothing that you know like or like.
Hutch don't even realize that he hits a lot of our hearts so
Dude, yeah, Hutch is
strong
a
with
personal
his
hero of
videos.
mine, dude.
But he hits us hard because we believe and we feel the same way, and that's why you know
Well,
he don't. I don't even think he understands.
Just the way he is. He's straight up, no bullshit. It's that
Right.
simple.
Exactly. It's to the
He
point, dude.
I mean,
he's one of our brothers, and we follow.
the way everybody should be, straight up, no bullshit. World would
Yeah,
be a lot better.
A lot of people I
exactly.
know
I
out there
wish
will
the
try
rest of the
to
world would think about that.
they'll try to
Think
make
that way,
themselves
Silverback.
sound more they'll make their lives more extravagant because they feel like they want to compensate for something in their life and it'll reflect in their stories with a lot of these people that I know. Did that come through?
Yeah,
Let me see.
yeah, but we heard you.
But and you can and it seems like it's like are just do they do it on purpose? You know what I'm trying to say? It's like whenever you see these things, man, it's like I might be digressing and shit and going off the topic a little bit. I hope not, because I'm having a little bit of a scroll moment where we're closing in on the final 6 minutes of this program. I would definitely like to talk for like 5 minutes off after this though, behind the stage and shit. But yeah, man,
Yeah, I mean, I'm just here, dude. I mean,
do
I happened to get in on one of yours again and said hey, and then everybody was like, well, Hutch wouldn't get up there, so
we'll be doing one again soon. Next Sunday, I think we're going to be doing a late night hideout. You know, those always get insane. Every time we do those late night hideouts, it'd be going crazy. It's always a party. I fell asleep during the last one, though. But I was tired, dude. Work kicked my ass, dude. Every time I was like this, like, and they kept on saying, "Dude, wake up, Pilgrim." I was like, "Dude, yes, I am awake, dude." But a lot of you guys were there for that. That was so funny, dude. But that was that was a shirt and a sleeveless, a sleeves versus sleeveless type environment too.
You see where I'm at, so
Dude, I need to go
You
sleeve,
see,
dude. I'm surrounded by sleeveless, dude. Like, I need to go sleeveless too, dude. Like,
yeah, just one of them things.
all right, let's go backstage.
I
Pilgrim.
don't like a farmer's tan, so
we still got 5 minutes, Bubba. I like to pull
Oh,
we gotta squeeze that last 5 minutes out. We still got 6 people in the house. Everybody get their good nights in. I get a damn good. I get a
who's
crazy farmer's
backstage?
tan, dude.
Or who's up?
Who's
JT, you
up?
still up? Man, jump up here, man. Hey,
What
throw
time is
that
it
link
where you
up.
guys are? What time is it where you guys are at?
It's 12:30 now, so
It's
throw that
1:30
link up
where I'm
again,
at. I'm
Pilgrim.
tired as fuck. I don't know.
Throw
Is
that
anybody,
link up if you got 4 minutes.
heck,
if
man,
John T wants to
still up
hop
from
on,
yesterday. Well,
I
the
want
other
I want John
yesterday.
T on.
if he does
And
hop on, we'll see what's good.
Klingons here. Stanley. Oh, they're here.
But we're just closing in on that, man. I put it out there. If anybody wants to hop in and say any final goodbyes or anything like that. But Doc, do you want to plug anything or Silverback? Do you want to plug anything?
No, I got.
Do you want to, like, maybe you could create like a continuation channel or something, like, or like you could do like the after show or some shit. Be like, here we are after. It'd be like, this is whenever we really get fucked up. It's on the after show. What do you got to plug, Doc? What do you got to plug, Silverback?
Well, if anybody's interested in a little bit of sober or something like that, they can head on over to the channel. I next Saturday I'm doing my 500 subscriber giveaway, and got silver and copper and stuff like that that's gonna be given away. You know, the shiny stuff. So all that right there was actually some of the prizes I'm giving away, like 1 ounce of silver and some constitutional and just all kinds of little stuff here and there. So it's like
Dude,
I'm
definitely
actually
gonna check that out myself as well. I won a one time before in a from Silver Purple Grandma. I got one piece of silver on that YouTube haul win. It was awesome, man.
well. See, a lot of preppers where they don't openly talk about it because when you get that's why a lot of people in the stacking community don't show their face because you're talking about having a hold of. Well, one of my buddies over there did a video just the other day where he was talking. Well, it was Saturday, and he was trading a piece of gold with another buddy, and he kind of tossed everything out there. And I mean, shit, he's probably got a good 36 ounces of gold, you know. And when you're talking gold anywhere between $1,800 to $2,000 an ounce, 36 ounces, that's quite a little bit of money there, just a small pile, you know. So you put your face out there and all that, and you very easily become a target. But all my stuff's put up, and I've got other security measures.
That's why I try not to let people I know locally or people that I work with or something like that or my neighbors. I don't try to let them know anything like that because unless I was like, it's different, I guess, if you're living out in the country or something like that. But if you're living in close quarters, like apartment buildings or like suburbs or houses, are only 2 feet apart from each other. It's gonna be.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna want them to know because that's way too close. That is way too close for them to be knowing my business like that in a survival situation.
yeah, I definitely recommend the stacking community to anybody. It's like everybody tries to kind of hand stuff around. Well, I mean, even AP, you know, Alaska Prepper. I mean, he's even starting to get a little. I mean, I know he's been stacking for quite a long time, I'm sure, but I mean, he's even got his own rounds and stuff coming out now.
I
If
saw
anybody's
that he
been
got
following his
poured
channel.
out the Alaska Prepper like silver dollar, right? Or not
Yeah,
silver
well, I mean,
dollar, but
it's a
you know
like
what I
a
mean.
1/10 ounce or whatever, I think.
Okay,
But I
that's
mean,
awesome, dude.
gold pieces, just a little bit of whatever.
Wow, dude, that's
I
awesome,
mean,
dude.
and that's on a hard plastic. You carry that in your wallet, and I mean, that's actual gold right there.
And that's the value of that is infinite, dude. Like compared to like this paper, dude.
Well, that's like this one right here, man. I mean, this is. I said I would give this away when I hit 1,000
Swing on,
subscribers.
jump on.
That looks like pirate gold right there.
It
That
was a
looks like
poured
some.
piece. It's 3 ounces of 3/9 spine silver. So this is 3 ounces
Wow,
of silver here. You can see how thick that thing is.
dude.
You know,
You
but
showed that last time when I remember I seen that before. And you took, yo guys, y'all have a good night. You two guys, let's not hop off her yet. Um,
Okay.
I do want to. I don't know. Do you guys want to keep on going?
I'm down for whatever, bro. Well, clean on that right there. I'm giving away at 1,000
Give me 1
subscribers.
second. Y'all keep
I
it
done said
going
I
real
would,
quick.
so I finally hit 1,000, and keep an eye on the channel because that's going to be given away.
I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
We'll,
bro.
we'll keep it going a little bit more.
Silverback, you're from Missouri?
Yes, sir.
Thank God.
Born and
Uh,
raised.
Actually, I'm from the other line. I'm from Kansas. But when I got out of the service, all the jobs were in the Kansas City area. So
Yeah.
I live in the Kansas City area, the outskirts. But
Well, we used to live up north when I was real young, and my dad worked at the packing house up there. Up well, we were living in Corning, so I want to say it was probably in the St. Joe area. I was so young I couldn't really tell you, but they closed down the packing house, and then we headed down this way because there was family down this way, and trying to trying to do stuff down this way. Now I'm pretty well the only one down here, so everybody said they went back that way or went somewhere else or ain't around anymore.
well, like I said, I grew up in Kansas, but most of us were on the river, and everybody moved over here pretty much, Black County area.
Yeah, it's like
And
my grandmother. She's well, that's from the Bradley side there. I mean, not she was married to the Bradley, but she lived up there around St. Joe and everything else, and then over in Topeka, and I think, matter of fact, I think she's on the Kansas side right now. I could be wrong on that, but there's been a lot of stuff going on here lately, and my memory ain't the greatest and all that either. So
but I worked here for several years and ended up marrying a lady from St. Joe, and so that's our family that we're living in now. You know,
yep,
all up in Northwest.
yeah. Like I said, I mean, I'm sure you can understand from the areas I was talking about. I mean, I know
Yeah,
my way around up there.
yep. So when Hutch started talking to me the other night, and I was like, "Oh, from the other side of the river." I was like, "Oh yeah," and he sent me a private message of his brother, and I'm like, "Oh yeah." I went to school with him. And so it's a small world,
Oh yeah.
but it's the good people, you
Well, it's
know.
like down there around Hutch and stuff. I mean, my uncle lives outside of Joplin right now. My little brother, he was actually born in Joplin, so I mean, I know my way around over there too. I mean, the only
Yeah,
place. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was
Sorry.
just gonna say the only place I really haven't been in is northeast Missouri for the most part. I've kind of went through there to some family that lives right on the edge in Iowa, but Des Moines, but that's it.
No, we're planning on heading out about 30 miles up from where we live now and getting a homestead. And we planned on it this year, but prices have gotten so high. It's like, how can we do that? I mean, prices have pretty much tripled.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, wait a second. We've been saving up this long, busting our ass in the city, living right outside the city. Just trying to kick ass and take names and do our thing. And for all these years in medicine, and now, because we're not doctors or anything,
Yeah.
we're just the normal folk.
No, I hear you there.
And
The smarter ones. I know what you're saying. My wife's one too.
yeah. So we're man, when we went to look up at the properties up there, it was like, holy cow.
Well, that's because a lot of the property up there they've been selling to like
The
private
Chinese.
hunters. Yeah.
No, the Chinese.
The Chinese
And
and other
is what we
foreigners.
found out. And it wasn't even the private hunters, it was the Chinese. And it's like, what are you talking about? Why are the Chinese buying this? It's not even farmland. These are just,
Up there in the
there
hills.
is some, it's in the hills, and there is some farmland, but it's like, and no, up in Trenton and Chillicothe and all that, they're just selling all through. And I can't blame the farmers. Why would need them? If they give you top dollar?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you sell?
Especially here recent. Go ahead.
When you've been losing so much money for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I understand totally, brother. I can't blame you. But now I can't buy up there because the prices have gone sky high.
Yep.
All over there, all north of me. I'm like, that was my get out plan, truthfully. Now I have other get out plans, but that was supposed to be my homestead.
Yeah.
Up there, and it's gotten so expensive that can't do it now. At least not yet until the collapse.
Yeah, that's like, well, I mean, Rockport and Corning and all of them have been underwater for so damn long now that, I mean, anybody that even remotely getting close to, a decent price on their property up there, for the most part, selling unless they really got some heritage up there and aren't going to let go of it for that reason. I mean, I've got, well, I say it's in my grandma's name now, but we had some property there in Corning. It's just a couple lots, but I mean, it's underwater now because of the way everything is up that way. Half the year it's underwater. So, I mean, I was trying to keep a hold of it for the longest time, and then issues with other family members, and it went ahead and went back to my grandma to solve all the problems. And now my uncle's got a hunting trailer on the property up there, so I hope it's a movable one, so that way when it's underwater, he's not leaving it there. But
Yeah, this is, sucked. I'm like, I've worked nonstop since all this has began. So I haven't been on unemployment or the government compensation or anything. Me and my wife both have busted our ass in healthcare this whole time. And we've saved up, and we've been saved up for many years. And so now that we want to go buy land, we can't afford it because people haven't been working. They're just like, yeah, I think we'll take it for this much money. And it's like, wait a second. We've been busting our ass this whole time.
How much does land go for up there? I missed a little bit of this. My bad.
Up here it's going for, I don't know, like $10,000 an acre.
yeah,
That's how much
And
it's
it's
about
like-
where it is where I live at too. Honestly, like it's about that for half of an acre. For 0.7 of an acre, it's like about like 15,000 up here. Like.
But several years ago it was $1,000 an acre.
yeah.
And
Last year,
it was like
that much here.
it was like cool. I'm good with that. And we're like, okay, we just gotta keep busting our ass so we can get 40 acres. And it's not a problem for me and my wife because we work while everybody's sitting at home. We're both in medicine. We work overtime. We work double time. We do everything. And so we get back out in the market, and they're like, "Oh no, it's $10,000." And it's like, wait a second. Last year is $1,000 when people are working. Now that nobody is working and there's all this unemployment and everything else, how the hell has this gone 10 times the amount?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, fuck y'all. I'm like, how does that shit work?
Well, from what I've seen here in Missouri, some of the lower property prices are going to be like south of Jeff City there, towards the middle of Missouri, and then down around Hutch's area is been the lower price per acre on average of what I've seen, and a lot of people are even doing personal finance because I've been looking into it too.
Yeah, actually, my wife's been talking about near Hutch's area getting about 40 acres and us getting the fuck out of everything. And then I just work. Because so we're back, Pilgrim. If you didn't know, I took a jab. And so, because my wife will not, she's not. She has other medical.
Job. It's because of the job you got.
Yeah, and me and my wife work in the same job, and but she has other health conditions that she's not going to take it.
Yeah.
But one of us has to work. So I hit it because.
I mean, it's more traditional that the man goes out and does all the working and shit.
But
for real.
But I've also, I've taken so many injections in my life being in the military that whatever, something's going to get me.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well,
But
Mom,
my wife and my children are going to be able to. But Silverback, my wife has been talking about moving down to where near Hutch works or lives, and because of the cost, and so we might be heading down there,
We
and I
might be
can work
next door neighbors.
in the hospital down
I'm
there.
about to be moving up there too, dude.
that's like a
I'll
property in
become
this
a
area.
janitor.
If you, well, kind of more towards Perryville area, you know, about halfway in between from kind of where I'm at and St. Louis, and that general
Mhm.
area there, the property prices are pretty reasonable for what you're getting and everything as well. Well, as for the Jabberwocky there, Hoot, my wife got it too, but she went ahead and right there towards the beginning, they were where she's at. They were given the option. You know, it wasn't going to be mandatory. I don't know
And that's how
if
it
that's
should be.
changing, but she went ahead and she just went ahead and did it. I mean, she had already had the, you know, whatever you want to call it to keep everybody off of it, but she had it, I had it, you know, but uh, if it wasn't being pushed so hard, like there was just something behind it, I would maybe even think about it to be truthful. But with as hard as they're trying to push everything, and especially the fact that it's not been, you know, passed by the FDA yet, and they're trying to tell people you have to do it, there just ain't something just ain't right there.
Nope.
No matter how you look at it and everything else, because I can remember it wasn't all that many years ago. There was a lot of people that would have to try to go south of the border or something like that to get certain medications because they weren't approved by the FDA. Even though they were shown elsewhere, you know, not in the U.S., to work for whatever the disease was or whatever, you would have to leave the U.S. to get that medication because it wasn't approved by the FDA. And now all of a sudden they're trying to tell you you have to take something that's not approved by the FDA. No, something just don't smell right there.
Oh, definitely. And but Silverback, it's coming 100% towards my healthcare facility because of the rest of the healthcare facilities in my area have mandated it. And so to protect my
Yeah.
wife does have a medical condition. And so that has to do with clots. And so I'm like, oh,
Definitely no.
so I'm like, hell no. Okay. I'm going to take it. That way we can walk into that doctor's office and say, I've taken it. Our family's taken it or whatever. And she's not taking it because of this. So she can get a medical exemption.
Yeah.
So that's why I did it. So my wife could get a medical exemption.
Yeah.
That's
I
the only
mean,
reason. Because I did not want it. I've trached so many people and where it's blown into my face. Literally, COVID is blown into my face.
yep.
Through their trachea. And I'm like, I've never caught it. But
Well,
then,
I know good and well that's how my wife got it because, I mean, even tonight, right now, she's working the floor. You know,
mhm.
they're filling up the hospital she's at. They're filling up with all of that stuff. So, I mean, well, last year when nobody knew anything about it and all that, when we first had it, my son being a type 1 diabetic and my health issues and all that, she stayed away from the house for 3 months. She stayed down south with there in town where the hospital is with a friend of hers that she works with. So for 3 months, she didn't step foot in this house. She didn't hug her kids. She didn't kiss her kids. You know, it was only video call only. You know, and after all that, this past year, they got like a cheeseburger for a good job, and I think it
Huh.
wasn't even a free one. It was like half off.
Yeah, we're not.
Well.
Yeah, it's just it's
Well,
like,
look at
oh,
that.
so it's support your professionals for
Yeah,
putting their
and yeah,
life on the
and all you
line
guys have
so
gotten
much.
nothing but screwed this whole time. Period.
We ain't got shit.
Understaffed, overworked, and underpaid.
Yep,
Long
Plain and
shifts,
simple.
huh?
long shifts. Pilgrim, you don't understand long shifts. I mean, literally,
A
like,
double is a straight 24 hours.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could think I can
no,
understand, but
like,
like not necessarily in that capacity, but yeah, that definitely I respect that 100% though.
But
okay, thank you. No, I think the most I've done in a 1 week period is what is it? 5/18s, 6/18s. So 6/18s.
yep, yeah, I know she's done. She's done that as well on several weeks. It's what y'all do is just crazy. I mean, no matter how you look at it, and like you said, you know, I mean, everybody's back all the health workers, and where's it at?
Yeah,
You know,
nobody gives a shit.
it's this right here.
Yeah, it's all talk.
I mean,
I'm like, whatever.
it's that virtue signaling stuff that all these people are good at nowadays. You know, we can talk up a storm, make us look good, but when it comes down to it, it don't mean squat.
But when I work 120 hours, and nobody else is working shit, it's like,
But you're getting paid good money for that though. At least,
no,
you know, you might be
no,
paid all right
really.
money though.
no.
You know, at least to have a house or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like not to live in an apartment or some shit. Like like.
Well, see where I'm at, man. We rent.
Exactly, but written how exactly? You know, but still written but
I
there's
mean,
still nothing wrong with
But,
renting and shit.
but Pilgrim, after about 10 hours of overtime on a 40-hour shift, it's mainly taxes. They just tax the shit out of us.
Okay.
yeah, like
So I'm mainly working for free, but I work for my patients.
yeah, because after they hit that about 50-hour mark, so like he's saying, you know, once you get that 10 hours of overtime, if you only worked right beneath that mark, and then say you worked 80 hours or something like that, your paycheck would still be about the same between the two different ones. Because that's what he's saying. All the rest of that, you know, that big chunk is taxes. They put you in that higher tax bracket, so it knocks all that completely out. So everybody's like, yeah, more money for somebody else because you ain't seeing it.
Nope, not at all. I mean, literally, Pilgrim, you gotta understand. After about 10 hours of overtime for us, you're pretty much done. And so when I work 100 hours a week or whatever it may be, I don't see much of anything. I do it for my patients and I do it for the other staff. That's pretty much it. I'm working all the time and I don't get paid nothing. After you work full time, after you get that 10 hours, I'm pretty much making a little more than minimum wage now.
Yeah.
To to
What
do that.
what the real
What's
breakdown is of
minimum
what you take
wage in
home.
your state?
It's like 882 or something like that. I mean, I live
feel
in
that.
Missouri.
My
Yeah.
shit's
I don't.
I think
I
it's
don't know.
$7.25 is the minimum wage where I live at.
You still go work at McDonald's for $10 an hour, though. $15 an hour. You get the
But
order right, but
after I
Yeah,
do
they
my
definitely
40
do not get it
hours,
right where I'm at. I hate going to eat at those places because of how like shitty the service is. But my
after I do
bad.
my after I do my 40 hours,
Yeah.
and after I do my 10 hours of overtime,
Okay.
which is excellent money, especially if it's at night and on a weekend, because we get night and weekend differential.
Okay.
Um, it's like it can be up to $7 an hour if it's night and weekend. But after that, I mean, they hammer us in taxes,
Do you
and
get
so
good
I
income taxes at the end of the year?
no,
Or is that,
because
so that's what that does? Okay.
they tax that, and then we all get hammered. But after about 10 hours of overtime, no, we're working for minimum wage, pretty much. And I
yeah.
can work another 40 hours of minimum wage work, but I'm doing critical care surgery stuff.
Yeah, and I respect that, but nobody's job makes them better than anybody, though. Nobody's history makes them better than anybody. Nobody's prior designations in life makes them better than anybody. But what your experience and what your job does should affect how you get paid, 100%.
Well,
And
I can kind of agree with that, but at the same time, I can't because I got to give it up to Doc Mac and people like his wife and like my wife and all that because
I know, but I'm saying that doesn't mean
facts
that
are
they're.
facts. They save lives.
They do save lives, yes, but I'm not
I
hating
mean,
on that. I might have come across the wrong way, but
no,
what
you
I'm
didn't.
trying to say is like or the way that Doc keeps on putting it is making me think that he might. I don't know, but like I'm just thinking like
No, Pilgrim,
I don't think that people in McDonald's deserve to get paid $15 an hour or some shit like that. And I don't think that people who are working medical definitely don't deserve to get paid like $7 an hour. They should get paid with they shouldn't get taxed at all. You know what I'm saying? There should be no taxes on that. But I just
Pilgrim, I'm good. I'm good, bro.
there are
I'm
some
just saying.
jobs though that people should get $20 an hour for and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that people who do what you do probably should get paid like $50 or $100 an hour or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like. But it
Pilgrim,
goes, and then the level of how it affects other humans is how much you should get paid. How you affect other people is how your job affects the way that our society runs is how much you should get paid.
I agree 100% because I don't believe that people that flip burgers literally at 1 o'clock in the morning should get paid as much as me
But
when
now
I.
people who are cooking like very expensive food and shit, people that are like actually getting, people that are doing shit that celebrities are eating, or people that are doing shit that you're going out and you're having to pay like $200 to feed you and your family to fucking eat that food and shit. It's not just, what's this, some kind of slave or some kind of piece of shit to you that you're going to eat some shit they cooked and you're going to laugh about them and say they don't deserve to get paid to eat some food that, so you can't eat the food they cook, but you're good enough to eat the food they cook, but they're not good enough to get paid for it. I don't know.
I'm not,
I got a little bit of
I don't know if they're
but not
if
McDonald's though. I don't, but I think McDonald's, I think that
if
people,
if I'm doing a triple gunshot wound and I'm cracking a chest and
are you a
I'm
good tipper? Do you tip
yes,
good?
yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah, because
Okay.
I'll put
I'm,
to you this
I'm,
way.
It depends on the service. It depends on the service.
Yeah.
I'm still a country boy that
But
believes in taking care of his people, but you're talking about, you know, chefs and stuff.
Always
I mean-
ask me though if I want. Always ask me if I want my change. Don't keep my change. If they keep my change, they get no tip at all. But I'll leave. Like with it. I'll be like, give me my
But-
change back.
But I don't get any change or keep the change when somebody's come in with 3 or 4 gunshot wounds and I save their lives. It's just on to the next patient.
And then, like you were saying, get all that stuff coughed right in your face and everything. You know, I mean, which is literally at the
Tell us
time
some stories though. Don't
risking
just
your
speak
life.
so.
You know, I mean,
I've literally.
But you're just
Um,
speaking so highly of yourself though, and you're not telling me the stories though. I'm not trying to insult
I'm
you.
not high. I'm not high
I'm
on
not-
myself,
I'm not.
Pilgrim. I'm
I know.
a
I know.
very.
You know,
I
we're
tried-
close. We're very close with each other. And
All right,
shit.
brother. Okay, here's a great story for you, if you want to hear it.
I do.
We had a multiple gunshot wound come in. I think he got shot 12 times, and we're trying to save him. They're all belly wounds, and we just tried, and we were able to solve all the wounds and do what we need to do. Okay, now, has anybody ever had that person's, you don't know who this person is. If he's a crackhead or if he's the greatest human in the world, all their body fluids are on you. And so
yeah, I mean, you got some
as-
protective gear, but I mean, in that
I
situation,
imagine
he's talking about
most
that protective
people
gear don't
have
mean
not
squat.
had that happen. I imagine most people have not had that happen to them though. But what
right, but
what do you mean
so
by that though?
so at the end of it, able to save him, and so at the end of the case, rip off your gown, and you realize it's all the way through you. So not all the way, it's all the way through all of your clothes. So you have to get, that's why we have a shower in the OR. Because I had to, and I mean, most of you can't realize that a lot of times we get body fluids all the way through us. And so I'd take a shower because he gotten some stuff, and I was green all the way down to my toes. And so me and the doctor were taking a shower together, pretty much walking in and out of the shower together, and just so we can wash this off of us. I mean, I can't explain it. It's bad.
Now, that was his tip for a job well done. He had to go take a shower because of all the nastiness on him. You were talking about a tip a while ago.
I know, but why? But I'm saying this too, and no disrespect, but I noticed you kept on saying like, "Well, have you ever done this? Have you ever?" Well, no, I've never done some shit like that, and I don't think most people have though. And I that kind of ruined it for me though. I respect you and what you're saying and shit, but
I don't want to disrespect anybody.
Nobody's getting disrespected at all.
And that's
No,
what
he's trying to. Hold on, let me say one thing right here. What he's really trying to push is that being in that situation and really having to do what they do, you can't understand what they do unless you're standing there doing it. You know, everybody can talk about it. Oh, well, you know, you go do this or you go do that. But until you're there in that moment to really it's almost, I hate to use this for an example, but it's almost like with a police officer in a shooting. You know, everybody can talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, I think police should have
But
two
in that
guns. They should have one giant gun and shit on the side, and they should have another one right here and get rid of the taser.
But in that situation, you've got seconds to think about it. Just like with him, when it comes to saving a life, I mean, they're just, everything has to be going like this and it has to be going correctly, or that person doesn't make it. And I'm sure that time he was talking about, he was probably elbow deep in that person's gut. I mean, think about that for a second. People get a little nauseous from nosebleed, seeing people with a nosebleed, and here he probably was literally elbow deep in the guy's gut trying to save his life. And
Pilgrim.
then
Uh, yeah, Pilgrim. I was trying to be
What's up,
nice,
North Shore? How does good seeing you,
or,
Bubba?
or polite. Um, I was elbow deep in guts. Okay, and I had to do what I had to do.
Hey, and you
I
know
mean,
what?
I
God
was,
bless you.
I, wa-
God
I,
bless you, Doc Mac, for doing what you do.
now I'm at, oh shit, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Shit.
Well, it's 2 here. You can go shit yourself twice if you want to. But the reason I jumped on here on Pilgrim's radio station is because I saw you on, Doc, and I wanted to kind of throw something at you because I know you're a medical professional, and I want your medical professional opinion on some shit I want to chime in on. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You want to play a little bit?
Well, hurry up because I got
All right. All right.
4% on my phone.
All right, let me land based. Okay, so listen. All right, it's probably widely known now. The mandate has come down from the Canadian government. All federal employees must have that. And in addition to that, you can't get on a plane, you can't get on a boat, you can't get on a train. All those kinds of things. All right. Now, in your medical professional opinion, do you think that the repression of those kinds of rights reverts back to you cannot eat at this food counter, you cannot drink from this fountain, you cannot educate your children at these schools?
I'm at 2%. Hold on. I gotta go get my charger.
Well, he is drunk as shit. And that's okay. That's cool. I like Doc.
A little
anyway.
bit, but I can get my charger.
When Doc is drunk as shit, he's still Doc, and that's just fine. And
That's his character. That's who he
I already
is.
said hello to everyone in chat, Hoot and all you guys. I see you there. Silverback, I hadn't said hello.
hello, Bob.
Hello and welcome. Good to see you.
I'm good. I'm charging.
He is shit.
Yeah, the name's different here recently, man. I've followed your channel for quite a long time. It used to be Heads or Tails. I've chimed in on a few of your videos here and there, usually just a thumbs up, and try to keep up with everybody.
I put out a video today, and it was kind of regarding things reverting back to the segregation that was happening back in the 40s and 30s and stuff like that, and how people fought for 100, 150, 200 years against those kinds of things. But with the mandates that are going on right now, they're throwing us right back in there with the stroke of a pen. And I wanted Doc to chime in on that as a medical professional, right? Like, sure, maybe he's drunk as shit right now.
I'm glad to have you here because we need you. I need you. We need you here to help ask the hard questions for us.
Well, sorry, bro.
Oh shit! I guess his phone died.
Phone died while he was trying to get the charger.
I don't know. What do y'all think about that?
Well, I mean, personally, I think it's complete and utter BS. I mean, it would be one thing if it was approved by the FDA. That would be completely different. Like I was saying just a little bit ago, it's crazy how just a couple years ago, people were having to go south of the border or out of the country to get medications that would help them because the FDA would not approve those medications and they were not legal to use here in the U.S. But now they're trying to push this thing on everybody that is still not approved by the FDA. but they're telling everybody you have to take it, you have to do this, you have to do that. Only thing I got to do is eat, breathe, and die. That's about it.
You know what,
All day.
Silverback? It's real interesting you say that because, I mean, the pharmaceutical companies themselves say within their own testimony about, within issues of articles that they've published about their own quote, quote, so-called vaccinations, that they're not vaccinations and that they are not completely tested thoroughly. They state it clearly.
Yep.
And their CEOs won't take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that doesn't speak very highly when the CEO of the company isn't going to take it. At first, you can try playing the whole, I'm being valiant and letting somebody else take the shot because there's not enough to go around, but there's more than enough to go around.
Well,
so why haven't you taken it if you're the one trying to push it out?
I heard there are hundreds of millions, like if not billions, they had in the United States and like North America in general. That's what I heard. I'm not sure.
Do you know what? CDC hasn't even mandated it for their own people. WHO hasn't mandated it for theirs. Like, the lies go on and on and on. They change their story twice a week. Maybe they'll take a week's break and they'll do it once every other week. They're changing their story and changing their story and changing their story to a point where it don't make sense to even listen to them. And it's the vaccine is not a vaccine. They have said so. It's not that.
What do you mean? I haven't heard that. What did they say?
It's an RNA changer, man.
What does that mean?
Well, a vaccination is a solution that has been worked on for years and years and years and years and years to make sure it's safe. It's had like decades of clinical trials to make sure it's safe for humans to take. And it is a vaccination that contains whatever disease that is. And they inject that into you to give you a little bit of a dose of it so that it creates antibodies. This is not that.
Like the polio like the polio was a good example of something that took them a long time to do.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically if you had caught it, you've got some antibiotics already going.
This
Just
is
like
not
how
the
they
case.
give you the what? It's
But
way
I mean,
too quick, way too soon.
I agree with that.
Yes.
I've seen videos where they said it was from back in 2017. They was saying, yeah, we've already been or she said, what's up, Sherry Leach? But where Camilla said, oh yeah, we've had this since 2017. That we've had the jab since 2017. And I'm like, is this real? And this shit where I've seen
She
Bill
don't know what
Gates
she's
saying
talking
that
about
shit.
anyway.
Doc Mac, it's good to see you again, Bubba. I finally got that phone charger.
Yeah.
There you are, Doc.
My earbuds aren't gonna fucking work, so whatever.
Can you hear us
All
loud
right,
and
Doc.
clear? I can hear you.
Yeah, I loud and clear.
Well, welcome back then, Doc. And I mean, I'm not sure if you remember the question I asked you. If you do, could you chime in on it? If not, just ask me again, and I'll ask you the question again.
Go ahead and ask me again, because I was rushing around and doing shit. So
That's quite all right, brother. What I wanted to do is I wanted to ask you as a medical professional. I'm not a medical professional. You're a medical professional. So I'm looking for your opinion as you being a medical professional as to what your opinion is on countries mandating the vaccination for their federal workers, anyone who rides in a plane, a train, or on a boat that has a sleeping berth. What is your opinion on that, and where do you think it leads? And do you believe it leads right back to the 40s and 30s and 20s to where there was segregation, where you can't eat at this food counter?
Like
You
Jim
can't
Crow
drink
era.
You can't educate your children in this facility. What is your opinion as a medical professional?
I think I will not give advice on medical, but as my personal opinion, I think it's a bunch of bullshit because I think the vaccine was made for the alpha variant. And now that we've moved on to like the Zelda or whatever the fuck they want to call it, every other variant now.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's
Can
gonna
we
work.
call it the jab? My bad.
I call it the special sauce of the Big Mac attack.
Yeah, let's call it that. Oh, dude, I like that, dude. I love that, dude. That's badass.
So all the special sauce is not. I mean, I've done a lot of vaccines in my
It's
time.
not the special sauce for the sandwich.
Yeah, in the service, I've done a lot of special sauces. That
You know what I'm saying? You
nobody
gotta get
even
that
heard about.
that malaria and shit. You know, some of that jungle, some for jungle diseases and other shit too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, for me to chime in here for a second, if you don't mind, what he's kind of saying there is, I mean, well, that's like what they were trying to compare it to off the back, you know, the actual flu. That has to be changed every single year. It's not the same one every single year because it's a different variant every single year. So that has to be changed every single year, and they try to get it to where it's correct for the next year.
And they don't. They get it 10% right every year. So every year they have a 90% chance of failure. Who's going to line up for that?
I am mandated to line up for that.
A lot of
And
people
so,
think it's cool to get it too, though. A
me
lot of
and my
people
wife,
think it's cool.
It's horrible.
Fair enough.
And I get the flu every year now that I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Except for last year. I didn't get the flu last year for some reason. Because all y'all were home, and whenever I went to the store, I wore a mask and gloves.
Well, COVID cured the flu. There ain't no more flu anymore.
Awesome. It was great.
It's a miracle.
No traffic going to or from work. It was great for me. I still had to go to work and take care of really sick people because a hospital never stops working. You know, people still get sick. People still need surgery and all that. And everybody forgot about that.
Was your hospital absolutely stuffed with people just falling over, dying from the COVID?
No, that's the amazing thing, and
it's a miracle.
It's a miracle because they had trailers out front to segregate people. We had coolers out back to stack bodies. There wasn't none of that.
Exactly.
I mean, we did have deaths. It's not.
How many of those
It's an
though are
unfortunate part, but it's
attributed
still a part of life.
to like just random other deaths? People dying from, like you just said, like, exactly, North. People die every day. What if it was from people? You know, some of these things could have been from people who just died. Like, I saw this news article that said a man died just 1 week from his 102nd birthday of COVID. And I was like, is it for COVID or is it because he was 1 week away from being 102 years old?
He was probably just old as shit.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, but yeah, they say all kinds of shit.
If it went the summer right now, it probably went from the flu that we didn't have any flu deaths last year. But anyway, because there's no.
We know what you're thinking, Bub. We know what you're thinking.
Has anyone here on the panel or in the chat seen their funeral homes just absolutely overrun with people that are just 20, 30, 40, 50-year-olds that are just dropping dead? Anyone?
I haven't seen none of that shit.
I got a couple of funeral homes around me, and I ain't seen shit. I've seen 2 funerals this summer.
Yeah, it seems like there's been less funerals. Like, you know, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
Like,
the crazy thing about it, and I'm sure Doc can probably confirm this, is it really that whole thing it reacts very differently depending on the person itself. I mean, they try to say that there's this or that, and don't get me wrong, comorbidities do have a place in what's going on,
Great point. Great
but
point.
but at the same time, locally they had somebody that was very young, was in great health and all that, and they got it, and it their lungs and everything else, it's honestly what got them, and they were in very great health. Now they've had other people that had bunches of comorbidities, and while they may be on in the hospital sick for a while, they end up coming back out of it. I mean, it just you. There's so many differences between every single case. It's kind of crazy, from what I've seen.
It's literally a roll of the dice. I mean, that's what it is. But my personal belief is that if you don't have to take it, don't take it. If you're healthy and have an immune system, you're going to get it. But you're not going
Isn't
to
that
die.
interesting? Our immune systems work amazingly. Who'd have thunk?
That is my personal opinion, not a medical opinion to get Pilgrim struck.
No, well, I totally get you. Yeah, cover your ass, Doc.
Thank you.
I get it.
Well, the thing that I find funny is they haven't tried to push anything that would help increase people's immune system, whether it be zinc or just getting more calcium,
Vitamin D.
vitamin C, and all this different stuff. They haven't tried to push any of that.
You know what, Silverback? Like I agree with what you're saying 100%, and I want to support what you're saying by adding to it. They're saying this is all for your health. We are all so concerned with your health, right? Okay, well, why aren't you providing free health care for everyone with cancer or everyone with dental issues, or if anyone that needs insulin? Why ain't that all free? If you're so interested in our health.
Yeah, because I can tell you firsthand, with my son being a type 1, the insulin cost is
boom,
outrageous.
There's a personal thing, right? Like, I got a good buddy of mine, and his young lad has a built-in insulin pump. Okay.
Yeah, we were working on that until all this
So
stuff happened.
And it's very expensive.
And how long have they been working on diabetes compared to COVID? And now all of a sudden, in 3 months or 6 months, they can cure COVID, but they can't cure diabetes or cancer.
All right. Do you know what, Doc? I want to chime in on that too. You make an extraordinarily valid point, and I want to chime in hard about this. Okay?
They're not for curing; they're for making customers.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I kind of what I want to land based about a little bit here. All right, now all y'all, I believe you're probably Americans. I'm a Canuckistan. Sorry, I'm from the land of Canada, but I'm a fellow brother, okay, who shares the same ideals and values. All right, now, okay, we had this young lad up here back when I was a child, like when I was 8, 9, 10. There was this young man named Terry Fox. He had the cancer. They took one of his legs from the cancer, and he decided to do a Terry Fox run across Canada to raise money for cancer research. Okay, now he's long dead. I saw that man run across up the street where I lived back when I was a child. He's long dead now, but the Terry Fox run every year in Canada raises $750 million, $750 million for cancer research. Just the Terry Fox run. Now, it's all the other cancer donations from all around the globe. Oh, it's so curious. Why haven't they found a cure for it? Too much money in the treatment. Too much money in the research. We can't let that go away. It's an industry. This industry would be lost without that if we gave everyone a cure. Like, what bullshit?
Yeah, it's like you telling me after all this time they can't have a shelf-stable insulin.
Boom.
I mean,
Exactly.
all our technology and everything else, you can't have a shelf-stable insulin.
Exactly.
Everything's got to be refrigerated and kept cool, and is only good for like 2 years tops, maybe, and it degrades over time anyway.
Exactly. Like, why do some of these shots need to be held at minus 70 Celsius in order for them to stay good? Doesn't sound good for a human.
But even if they had to stay
Very valid
at
points. Very valid
negative
points.
salad, or no, diabetes is supposed to be cured by now. I mean, seriously, with the way they've been hammering on this,
They probably do got the cure already. Just they give it to certain people, like not to everybody though. Not everybody's gonna get this.
Not
cure.
for the common folk.
Exactly.
For all you my awesome American brothers and sisters and Canadian brothers and sisters, and if there's any brothers and sisters around the world watching, hey, it was Canada that came up with insulin. Just so that you know.
Oh, really, dude? That's interesting, dude. That's great. I never knew that.
Yep.
But they should have already been able to for insulin.
Should have been able to stabilize it.
Been able to geneticize the pancreatic stuff.
Well,
and
see that
been able to inject that.
Too much money in the treatment.
Well, see, and the funny part about that is I got to really diving into it after we found out, that he was diabetic, and being prepared mindset, that was always first thing on my mind because I mean it's got to be kept cool.
Yeah, so you probably got some sort of a little refrigerator you can plug into your car, keep stuff cold.
Yeah, I've got several different little things to make sure it happens.
Folks with those medical conditions need to do that, right?
But the thing that I found funny is in all my research, I actually did come across a powdered version of insulin that they had been working on. It was still in the development stages. They had it to where it would work for, the dietary part, whatever you ate carb-wise, it would take care of that part. But anytime you had, like, say, the spike, because my son's got it's called the Don's phenomenon, and every once in a while he'll spike for no reason, and his does all kinds of stuff. But they were talking about it in the article I was reading, and they even flat out said that even though we're this close, we don't believe it will ever be approved. Because like he's saying, because then you would have a shelf-stable insulin that somebody could have on hand at any point in time. All you had to do is maybe mix a little water with it, suck it up, stick it in, and you'd be good to go.
Now
you ain't gonna have that refill that you got to keep doing every single time.
There's a key point right there. What Silverback just said. They won't allow us to have it. Why? Because it's too stable, and we can always have it.
I'm going to roll.
They won't allow it.
I got to get up 4 hours. Y'all have a good night. Have fun. Love y'all.
Stay well.
I'll be hollering at you, bud.
Hey, Pilgrim.
Peace out,
I'm
Doc. It's always a pleasure having you on, Bubba.
Cut straight, bro.
Silverback. I'm out.
Yeah, good to see you, Doc.
Ladies and gentlemen, Doc Mac.
That was like, as lambasted as he was, it was, I wanted to bounce something off him, and it was cool to have him.
He had some pretty riveting responses to it, though.
I didn't hear you, bro.
He did have some pretty riveting responses, though, for sure. Though he was,
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
did get it. He
And
got it though.
yeah, no, I appreciate that. Like, I mean, yeah, he held it together.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate with the position that he holds. He can't really give his opinion up to a point
What's
as
up,
well
Leslie?
without because if it ever, you know what I mean, it made his way to his work or something like that, they'd get him
Yeah, yeah.
and be retaliation on it.
Exactly.
Good night,
He get,
Sherry.
he get
For
thrown
sure.
under the bus.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I mean, you know, there's no way I can hold a brother or holding anything against a brother like that, especially a medical professional. And he's here trying to share, you know, what his personal ideas and things
Yeah.
are. He's got to draw the line for himself as a medical professional, and I totally get it. Mad respect.
And I feel yeah. I know. I don't know, like, because this is like, because you're a very real person, though. You know what I'm saying? You keep it. You keep it real. I've noticed that about you, man. That's why I like to listen to you and shit sometimes. Is you keep it so real, man. Like you're being fair, dude. Because, dude, like, I just, man.
Well, you know what? I'm drunk as shit too. Doesn't mean I can't hold my shit together or hold a freaking intelligent conversation.
Yeah, dude, like.
Right? Sure, my language may get a little bit loosey goosey here and there, but other than that, like, I'm good to go.
Yeah, you're wired, dude. You're getting there. You're hitting the points, and you're like, I remember my question. I have my question. I wish I want to ask. Yeah, dude. Dude.
100%, yeah.
That was
you know
one
what?
of the coolest.
If he wants to go around and bounce around and get drunk for 10 minutes, I'll still remember my question when he comes back. That's okay. How you doing, dude? Hope you're sitting up straight and well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I'm good to go, and whenever I'm not, I just don't go online.
See, it's all out of love too. Anything, it's none out of hate and shit. You know, it's all very observational, real, very truthful stuff, though, for sure. But
Well, buddy, I shared a fucked up video this afternoon that leads into like the division of people with racism and shit like that, and you know
And it
what our
connects to
governments
this
are
jab?
doing to us now, and like it's real.
Oh yeah, that's like
Straight
they're,
up.
they're actually starting up. It's
happening right.
it's called I think
now.
it's called the Shield program. If you go onto the military website and stuff like that for finding jobs, they've actually got jobs up there to where they're trying to find people as relocation specialists.
I heard
what it's
something about that.
Classified as.
Yeah, I heard a whisper in my ears sometime today, Silverback, about relocation stuff,
Mm-hmm.
or relocation specialists. Now, what's that all about, sir?
And from the same whispers I've been hearing, they're going to be trying to relocate people into particular encampments
Isn't that interesting?
for people to shield people that are taken care of from the people that aren't taken care of, or vice versa.
Goodness gracious!
Now,
That's-
this is all just hypothetical and it's still talk, but
Thank
it's
you
kind
for
of funny.
clarifying.
It's kind of funny how they're literally have it up on the site that they're looking for people to fill these jobs.
You know, yeah. Hey, I wonder about this. Okay, if all government employees need to have the Jabberwocky, the frickin' special sauce, if everyone hasn't had a Big Mac, I wonder if these people are going to be able to fill those employment requirements.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So, do you know what? Like, I heard about that, and like about these quote quote encampments. Over the last year or so, I've seen video evidence of it in, the great United States of America, and I've also seen it in Canada. video evidence, both countries regarding the same.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
things might get real neat.
Yeah.
How soon? How soon? What's your prediction on the time level or this like?
All right, well, shit, man.
Like,
Hang on a second. Listen, Pilgrim, you know what? If y'all know me in any way whatsoever, you know I don't make predictions. The only prediction I've made, and I made it like in winter time, I said, come October, either 1st October, late October, we'll see lockdowns. That's all the shit that I've said, and I'm gonna stick fast to that. And things are headed there.
they're talking about shutting the school. They're starting the schools back again here where I'm at, but I think they're already talking about shutting the schools down again, like sometime in October anyway. And the kids are having to wear a mask going to school now here anyway too.
Highly qualified update here for you, Pilgrim. Okay, so our actor and thief up here, Mr. Sparkle Socks.
Fidel Castro's son.
I didn't hear
No,
you.
that's his daughter.
Oh yeah, you know Fidel Castro might be that dude's dad.
All right. Anyway.
No, I'm just kidding. No, my bad. Certain Northern girl said before.
Yeah. Well, like whatever. Maybe he is. Maybe he isn't. He's as evil as he is what it is.
Straight up.
Where he comes from, who gives a shit?
Exactly.
He's as evil as he is. All right. So douchebag went and announced snap election. Come 20 September, okay? Now, what happens before 20 September? All the kids go back to school. Oh, kids are going to go back to school. They're going to shut it all the frick down. They're going to talk a big talk before this election. After the election, watch out for the big frickin' shit sandwich. I'm telling you.
And that's kind of like what happened in the United States as well.
Yep.
No kidding.
And it's happening in Peru too, and all over all these other countries.
How tough do you look with your potato?
I just feel very depressed, honestly, dude.
Wait.
like,
Let me compound your misery for you. I'll see your potato and raise you a sparkle sock.
God, I could see
And
that.
that's what our continent looks like to the rest of the world. A stiff wind could blow us over.
Like,
Yeah,
bunch
it
of,
wouldn't take
emotional
much.
in
It's
their
definitely
feelings.
the obvious view out there, especially with what's going on. Or what's potato doing overseas right now? I'll put it that way. All the stuff that's going on immediately that
Like
Hey,
in
what's-
Afghanistan.
is making us look like
What's Sparkle Socks doing? He's licking China's balls.
yeah.
Dude,
Oh yeah, I don't know if you follow him or not, but the urban farmer Curtis Stone.
Oh, I know that fella.
Yeah, he got into it real deep one day about how they're able to come in and do this and that up there and can protect the property and just kind of basically push you all around, legal by the paperwork, all the different things. I mean, he spelled it all out one day.
All right. Okay. Yeah. For sure. And Curtis Stone is a good man, trying to do a good thing, share good information. But same with Ice Age Farmer, and nobody's heard a frickin' whisper from Ice Age Farmer in a couple of weeks, which is very concerning to me. Okay. Like not on this platform nor any other. But in addition to that, like they've probably all spoken about what farmers what the government is doing to farmers, telling them we'll give you $3,800 an acre to plow your crop under. Otherwise, if you take it to market, you will get half market value. Can anyone here concur? The stories that I've heard.
Yeah, I've heard that too. That's I believe it's in Oregon. I mean, this is the U.S. side, but I think it's in Oregon up there, or maybe Washington. They're trying to push something through right now, where it's for the animal husbandry part of it. Any killing the animals for meat, having them processed, will be considered physical assault. The only way you'd be allowed to process an animal would be as if it dies of natural causes.
Well,
And
when an
then,
animal dies, okay, I grew up on a 360-acre operating beef and hog farm. And when an animal dies of natural causes, you don't eat that beast.
uh-uh.
You
And
know,
things,
if an animal is in the process of dying of natural causes, you put a 22 between their eyes and help them out of their misery.
yep,
Is generally what you do.
yep. But
Goodness
that's what
gracious
the
me.
law, if it passes, would actually put, it's basically going to kill, raising animals for meat. And then the other thing that's involved in the same bill or whatever would make it illegal to both artificially inseminate cattle and castrate bulls and things like that, because they would consider it sexual assault on an animal. I kid you not.
Well, no, I've heard all that talk, and it's appalling. I mean, like as a child, having grown up on a farm, an operating farm, like I've done all that stuff. I've pinched steers. I've nutted baby piglets. I've clipped their teeth and their tails off and this and that. Right? I've done all that, and I know why. Why? Because people like bacon. People like steak and stew and ribs and stuff, right?
Yep.
But they're telling us no. They're telling us no. You can't have meat, and that's exactly. Excuse me. That's exactly what they're telling us. Read between the lines, folks. They're telling us you can't have meat. You can't have meat protein.
Well, they're even going a step further than that, because they're trying to push that artificial meat, that synthetic junk that Gates and all them have, where they can 3D print steaks and all that kind of stuff out of this. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, screw all that business. You know what? I want the meat flavored meat. I want farm raised, non 3D printed meat.
Yeah.
Thank you ever so much.
Yeah.
I prefer it. They're raised in a humane way. They don't feel nothing when they go.
Yeah, and I fully agree with you right there. I think we could go so much further in this world if we took cues from so many people out there like Joel Salatin and other great members like that, and do regenerative farming. And not only, kind of like you were talking about, being on the farm, you're going to know where your food comes from. You know what went into that food. You
Yep.
know how it was treated, how everything all the way up until it hits your plate.
Yep. And I'll tell
Unlike
you, that's some of the best beef I'd ever eaten.
unlike all this other stuff, and you get these people nowadays. Well, can't you just get your meat from the store like everybody else? Where the hell do you think that comes from? Somebody else did the work.
Exactly. Where do you think the store gets it from?
And that animal definitely was not treated well beforehand.
In a lot of cases, no, not in a massive production.
Not in the industrial
type one.
farm kind of start. Yeah.
Well, 360 acres is a small deal, really. When you look at the big meat and potatoes and stuff, 360 acres is a little pea shot, right? It's nothing. However, we were doing it. It was a going concern. We had local butchers, and we would take a steer and a pig or two every year out of our own flock, and of course we put it in a freezer, and we had a local butcher to put it up, and they did the best job, and it was the best product we could hope for. Why? Because we raised it. We fed it properly, and we knew where it came from.
Yeah. It's like, unfortunately, I don't have any livestock or anything like that of any kind, but that's how we get our meat is, we buy at least a quarter cow at a time kind of situation, and have a local butcher. Well, wherever the farmer can get it in locally here, and then it comes to us that way. But, a lot of people are like, well, you shouldn't do that. That's so expensive. Yeah, but it's expensive up front maybe. But when you break it down, you save so much money doing it that way. It's crazy to think about.
Do you
I
know
mean,
what? Okay, I'll share something with you. Like, I got buddies of mine. To be honest with you, I live in the city right now. I'm not in that farming community. Unfortunately, I don't do that. Unfortunately, however, I do have buddies of mine, just shortly out of town here, who are raising their own meat birds. They'll get like 2 flocks of 50 every year, process them out, and I've talked to people that do that. Not just here in Canada, but also in the States as well. And the cost pretty much comes out roundabout even. When they talk about it, their total cost from buying the chicks, raising them up, having them processed, if they don't process them themselves, at the end of the day, they're talking about $9 a chicken. But it's a 4 or 5 pound chicken. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not a 3 or 3.5 pound bird. It's a big chicken with lots of meat on it. You know where it came from. You know how it was treated. And
it wasn't pumped full of junk and
exactly. So I mean, like I can't go to the store and find some 99 cents a pound boneless, skinless chicken breast. It just ain't a reality here in Canada. Just ain't a reality. The only $1.99 shit we can find is maybe a whole chicken, and they're the little wee ones, or we can get like last week I got a pack of chicken thighs, $1.99 a pound. Chicken thighs. Love chicken thighs. Love the dark meat.
legs and thighs. Yep, that's what I usually
White
catch
meat,
them on
dark
sale
meat,
and put them in the freezer.
Don't mind either, but I mean that's about the best we can do here in Canada as far as buying it at the grocery store is $1.99 a pound.
Yeah, I'll find it for like 99 cents, but it's the whole leg, and then I'll bring it home and I'll process it and cut, right there at the joint, and separate the leg part from the thigh.
Yeah, and then you can barbecue some or stew some or
fry some up for the kids or whatever.
I think I pay about $13 for about like 6 or 7 pounds of chicken, like chicken breast, just no bone in it at all. There's pretty good prices on the food here in Tennessee, dudes.
Okay, I'll chime in with something. Yeah, that is a really good price. Okay, like maybe about 2 months ago, like we're not talking winter time. It was summertime, and local grocery store here I went into. And, just for shits and giggles, I looked at the price of peanut butter, and I looked at the price of steak, and I rambled over and I looked at the price of what chicken breast was. And there was a package of chicken breast there. I shit you not. It had 4 chicken breasts, boneless, skinless in them, and it was $32 for that package of chicken breast.
I can believe it.
I remember you saying that a couple months ago or whatever. You say, how long ago? Man, I remember you saying that before too. I'd be hearing you say some reviews. I didn't mean to interrupt you. My bad, Silverback.
No,
but $32 though, dude. That's insane, dude.
4 chicken breasts, $32. Don't get me wrong. They were pumped full of steroids, and those chicken breasts were this big. But it was 4 chicken breasts in a pack for $32.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I go ahead and a lot of people may joke about it and stuff, but I do the whole coupon thing or watch the sale ads, and, I try to make sure to save as much as we can save. We're going to save it. They recently went up to a local grocery store, and it was funny because what I was heading towards, I had to walk by the meat counter to get there. Now, they had steaks over here on the side, ribeyes, that were like $16, $18 a pound for ribeye steaks.
That's cheap.
Okay. Well, it was $18.99. That's what it was. It was $18.99. Yeah, it was actually pretty decently priced. But I walked past that, and they had whole pork loins. And I'll put it this way: I got it was like an 11-pound pork loin for $14.
There you go.
So I mean, I've got to bring it home and I got to cut it up into pork chops or whatever I end up cutting it up into to do. But I mean, I got a cutting board, I got a knife.
Yeah.
That's 11 pounds of meat for $14.
Well, hey, I put out a video. I think it was maybe last week about the reality of the prices of Canadian beef. Okay, and the reality of it is, it's $58 a kilo, which is over $25 a pound for y'all, my American brothers and sisters. Okay, now, don't get me wrong; those are prime cuts of beef. Right? Like you're talking about your tenderloin or your prime AAA prime cuts of nice big old thick well marbled ribeyes, stuff like that. But it's still over $25 a pound. So if I wanted to have if there weren't the restrictions here in Canada where you couldn't get 6 foot from another person, I'd have a nice lady over on a date. And I'd want I'd want to cook her a beautiful steak.
A little glass of wine.
Yeah, a nice glass of wine for sure. I make a mean steak, guys and gals. I've been to culinary school. I can make a steak that'll flip your frickin' biscuit, okay? So I like to do that. Nice things for the ladies. But if I want a pound of meat for me and a pound of meat for my lady friend, it's $50 just in the meat.
Wow.
Yep.
You understand?
How much is the money worth up there compared to American money though? How much is if I were to bring $100 with American cash versus $100 Canadian dollars?
I don't know. I think you get $80.
What's the cost? I mean, is there a
there's
a minimum wage up there as well too?
Okay, yeah, let me chime in on that. Okay, so minimum wage hasn't broken $15 yet, and all y'all Americans are freaking about it. But oh my goodness, minimum wage is gonna go to $15, and that's gonna fuck everything up. Okay, so minimum wage is around it's under $15, but it's over 14. We'll say, let's shoot for the mid range and say it's 14 and a half or 14.60. Okay, but do you know what? I read a study 10 years ago from the Canadian government that said the average single mother working a minimum wage job to be able to afford a 2-bedroom apartment will have to work 90 hours a week.
The shit shouldn't cost that much, though. You know what I'm saying? If it didn't cost that much, people wouldn't have to be paying so much to be, But everybody thinks people think poor people are just wasting their money on drugs, or people think poor people are just doing stupid shit with their money.
Listen,
they're trying to survive.
Listen, buddy. I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment, and it's don't get me wrong, it's a nice layout and it's a decent size, but to be honest with you, it's a shithole, and it's $1,100 a month.
That's how it's kind of getting around where I'm at too for some of these places, man.
Yeah.
See, that's crazy that the rent and the housing that's pretty much high everywhere as far as I know.
Do you know what? That's still cheap because I've been here near 10 years. If I moved out and they threw a lick of paint on this place, they'd rent it out for $1,300, $1,350 maybe.
Wow, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
Are people? So people. My bad.
No, go ahead, Bo.
No, I forgot what I was gonna say, man. I went squirrel.
No, okay. Well, I was just going to say, you were talking about the price of everything. When it really boils down to, though, is truthfully the taxes. If you think about it, they tax you on working for your money. They tax you on spending your money. They tax you on living, dying, breathing, eating, all that kind of stuff. So everybody has to take that into account when they try to make their money as well. So, I mean, it's a, downhill steamroll effect. Once they start taxing everything, it just keeps shooting that price, right on up.
Exactly, Silverback. I mean, let's just talk about cars here just for a second, and the production of automobiles. Okay, so first of all, you got to have the folks who mine the ores and the iron out of the ground, right? So they get paid a wage and they're taxed on it. You got to pay people to transport that. They get paid a wage and they're taxed on it. You get people to manufacture it into metal that's usable. They get paid and they're taxed on it. And if every one of those processes sells one to the other, they're taxed on it as well. Not to mention, once those materials are finally sold to manufacturers who make like hoods or the hinges that lift your hood or your trunk up and your door panels and shit like that, they have to pay taxes on what they buy. Their employees are taxed on the work that they do, on and on and on. At the end of the day, how much tax is involved just in your vehicle?
Yep.
How many times is just your carbon tax? And then guess what? If you buy that and enjoy that for 15 years, you want to go on ahead and sell that, the person who buys it got to pay tax on it.
You got to pay taxes basically for your license each year or two, or every 2 years or whatever, and your insurance, that gets a tax on it as well. And the real problem, what it really boils down to, is stuff like this right here. Because you were talking about metal a minute ago. Now, this right here is a $1,000 bill, honestly, from Venezuela. So, I mean, toilet paper is probably worth more than what this is right now. But there was a thing I put up a little while back. It showed the minimum wage from 1964 was $1.50. But the funny part is back then they were silver quarters, 90% silver. There you go, right there.
This right here is how you preserve your wealth.
Yep.
Your paper ain't worth nothing.
Put it into physical assets. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Now that right there, that $1.50 back in '64. In today's times, you take that same amount of silver, and when I put it out, it would have been worth like $24, $25, maybe even $26. So you're talking about $26 an hour worth of silver is what they were getting paid, So the problem isn't, needing minimum wage to increase. It's that we need real money. Not this fake, let's print it out as fast as we can and make it worth jack squat. Because it's not really that the prices go up, it's that the money value goes down.
I agree 100%. And I mean, fact of the matter, in addition, like to support what you're saying, is ain't no one walking around with a pocket of silver to trade with. Well, yeah, okay, you got some, I got some, we all got some, but we're not all walking around like, okay, oh, you come to me and you want a loaf of bread, and you come to me with your $1 silver round. Guess what, buddy? You're hungry? I ain't got change.
Yeah.
You still want some bread?
I agree.
At that point we start to talk about fractional silver, and we get into the older coins, dimes, and quarters and such, which I think they're important to trade into. I mean, like, here's another little silver piece right here, right? That's 1/10 of an ounce of silver right there. Okay, so at this point in time, what's silver right now? $25 in y'all's money. So this is $2.50. Basically, that's a loaf of bread, right? And if anyone starts clipping the coin, then y'all know what that is.
Yeah.
Start stealing off it, your money gets worth less and less and less. Happened plenty in Roman times. There's so many Roman coins that are found. They're all clipped.
Yeah, and that's why they actually started the whole ridges on the side of the coin thing, to try to keep it from being shaved.
Yes, sir.
That's like, I think I'm actually holding the exact same one you were there, if I saw right.
Nah, yours looks much bigger. The one I was holding up, it came from the Alaska Prepper.
Well, this here is a 1/10 ounce Britannia, so I mean it's a 10th ounce, but
Oh well, it's much bigger around than the one that I have, but maybe it's skinnier. Huh?
yeah,
Whichever.
that's a 1/10 ounce Britannia from, I want to say that was 18. I don't know, it's on one of these sides here.
Maybe I'm not seeing it correctly on my screen.
No, it's 2020 1/10 ounce Britannias.
Cool. Very nice. But yeah, fractional silver is going to be important. Like in the situation of a monetary collapse or anything like that, we can't all be rolling around with a bunch of 1 ounce silver rounds in our pocket because we can't trade that way.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna pay you $30 for a loaf of bread. It's just not gonna happen, right? We need fractional silver to be able to make those monetary transactions, like smaller denominations, like you just showed me and I just showed you, right?
Yeah, and like the little ones here.
Yep, dimes, quarters, little pieces,
Little piece of gold.
little bits of gold. Yeah, you can do that.
I'd be afraid of losing a piece if I were to try to cut up like a coin or something like that into different slices. Like you'd use like flakes of it or something like that.
Be right back, guys and gals.
I think when he gets back, I think I'm gonna have to cut it because I got something coming up here in a second.
Yeah, bub. I mean, I'm just hanging out, dude. I got all mine are asleep over here, and the wife's at work, man. So I hopped on, and it's your show. You want to go ahead and cut it? We can cut it.
Yeah, because I gotta get up pretty early.
Yeah,
It's
you
3
don't
o'clock
need
here.
to wait for me to come back, bro. If you need to chop it down, go ahead and do what you do. What I'll go
Yeah.
ahead and do right now is I'll say thanks to our host Pilgrim, Silverback. Great talking to you, everybody in the chat. I'm sorry I don't reference the chat a whole lot. I tend to concentrate on the panel. But hello and thank you to everyone in chat. And God bless all. Stay well and safe, and stay strong, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Right back at you, bub.
Dude, I loved having you on here. I love talking to you, man. Like you're hilarious, dude, and you're very intelligent. The way that you put your point across, man. Like, I definitely like talk to you more in the future. It's definitely been an honor. Like, I like how you handle business, man. Each time I've talked to you, I've seen your interactions with people. You've handled the business, so that's cool, dude.
You're afraid
Silverback
of losing
prepping.
something there, man. I don't think you'd lose
Uh-oh. What that is, copper?
that. Yeah. That is about 4 copper there. You ain't gonna lose that easily.
I'd say not. Okay. But dudes,
Yep. You all stay humble.
stay humble all day. Keep your faith in God. Keep your faith in something, guys. Keep your faith in yourself. It was a pleasure having you guys on here. Called it old school tonight because we had a bunch of old school people on here kicking ass with their wisdom. Can't wait to do it again, guys.
Old school, man. I ain't that old now. Come on. I'll let you
Let me
later, bub.